back with a new layout with some D&D action. Not actually Heroes Cataclysm. See, everybody has their own little frames.
Oh,
and you
that's
stay
fancy
in
as
your
fuck.
frames. You stay in your
Oh my
frames.
gosh, you even have the little Hey Diz, you have rogue spelled wrong.
Oh, oops. Sorry. I've did a lot of work.
Some rouge.
I've did a lot of work, so...
Sorry to burst your bubble.
That's okay.
If you get a bard plus a rogue, then the new class is called Rouge.
Rouge. You know, it kind of makes
That's
sense.
what you
That's
all
the
know.
This
twisted
just was
part.
like, we're just gonna delete this entire thing right here.
This
for
is
now.
like, shh, put that away.
I could fix it, but I'm not going to right now. So it'll be fixed for later. So
Fair.
anyway,
Fair.
last time.
Fix it on break. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably fix it on break. Last time you guys finished the second battle and dealt with some aftermath there. Kyrie had a little experience, out of body experience, that is. And you guys met with Nathaniel, and then everybody decided to go back to the inn. So you kind of separated the party out, and JD and Adara stayed behind. Severin kind of collapsed just outside the doorway, and I do believe everybody else went back in the fancy carriage to the inn.
Halram stayed with us.
Halram stayed with you guys as well, yes. So, and then after you met with Nathaniel, the three of you picked up Severin there and went back to the inn. So we're just jumping to the next day, as nothing else transpired that evening. You guys were pretty much destroyed at that point. So it's the next day. You guys are slowly making your way down to the common area. Making your way down. So I would say most of you are down there, unless some of you are trailing behind to do something. Kyrie
was actually going to wake up early if she could manage to.
Okay.
And she was going to shift forms into basically the most average looking dude you can imagine. Brown hair, brown eyes, very understated. She's gonna make her armor look like just normal everyday work clothes for the average Joe. And she's actually going to try to leave the tavern before everyone else wakes up.
Okay.
But she's actually gonna make her way to the stairs and then stop for a second. Think for a minute. And then kind of turn and go back down the hall. She's gonna shift again to keep brown hair, brown eyes, but she's gonna shift back to her actual face, and she's gonna knock on Kaylin's door.
Kaylin, you hear a knock on your door.
Coming.
Wakes you up.
Coming. Ah! Falls out of bed. Coming. And I'll open the door slowly, kind of rubbing my eyes, trying to wake myself up. Hello?
Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up, but, there were some things I wanted to do this morning that I don't really want to bring the whole group for, but after last night, I think I've learned that going off by myself isn't the best idea. Would you come with me just to do a few things?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Meet me downstairs in a few minutes?
Yeah, I'll be down there here shortly.
Okay. And Kyrie's actually gonna go back to her room, write a quick note, doing a few errands. We'll be back by midday. Kaylin is with me, and she's gonna leave it on her bed.
Okay.
and then head downstairs to wait for Kaylin.
All right. So it's pretty early at this point. You don't see anybody around except for the owner there, kind of behind the bar, just kind of. Actually, you don't even see him. You just hear him back in the kitchen. Sounds like he's getting some things ready, for breakfast and stuff like that. And as Kaylin makes her way downstairs to you, you guys exit. And where you off to?
I'm heading for the city gates.
Okay.
We're gonna head just outside the gates.
All right.
And
All right.
Kyrie's
So
quiet.
okay, quiet, but you're not being
No,
like,
she's just
stealthy.
she's
right?
just not
yeah.
being chatty.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys hear a familiar voice clearing their throat off behind you.
Don't wander too far. You know what's happened.
I'll keep my eye on her.
Just I have a few things to do this morning.
It's fine. Reach out if you need us. And he just kind of leans up against the wall. Y'all haven't been with the party long enough, but JD's up before sunbreak every morning. He hates being indoors.
That's fair. As long as he doesn't stop her, she doesn't give a shit.
All right. So as you guys are making your way out that way, it's still before anybody else would wake up. So if you want to tell us where you're heading to, or if you just want it to be all a mystery, we can touch on it later. So
It doesn't have to be. She's heading outside the city to try to find where the performers are camping
okay.
from the party the night before. So she just wants to head out there so she can scope that out.
Just roll a perception check as you guys are passing out from the gates.
Jesus Christ.
Kaylin can roll as
That
well.
one.
That is an 18 for me.
18. Luckily, Kaylin's with you. Because you got something in your eye and you can't see. So
She's been through a lot, okay?
so Kaylin notices some smoke in the air. It looks like possibly maybe like not a large fire, maybe just like some campfires to the south side of the town, I think it was. I can't remember exactly where we said that they were camped out at.
I only just have written down outside the city.
Okay. So just to the south of town there. Not too far from the gates anyway. Kaylin spots some smoke just coming off behind some trees.
Hey, do you see that smoke up there?
Well, now I do. Oh, good. That's kind of where we're heading. So just so you know, I just wanting to look around the camps of those performers from last night. I saw someone I knew, and I want to check if any other old associates are around. So if you see a blue lizard folk anywhere, can you just let me know?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. I'm here with you.
Thanks. Don't approach, just point them out.
Okay. All right. Should we be like sneaky, at least like keep to a distance, or how you want to do this?
Let's just get closer and see how much activity there is around the camp first.
Okay.
And decide from there.
Gotcha.
We're
So-
gonna approach.
As you approach, you kind of have to walk through the wooded area over to get to where they're at, and it's the fall time, so there is quite a few leaves on the ground, so you use some crunching as you're making your way through there. But before you can even get within a distance where somebody would hear you walking, you can kind of start to see some of the wagons kind of almost in like a semicircle or a little more than that, kind of set up in their own little village there. And in the middle, there seems to be a few campfires you can see, and just a few people moving around at this hour of the day. So can't really make out much about them from this distance, though.
Okay, I think we'll go for staying subtle and kind of try to creep around and get a look at the different wagons and see if any of the names on the side look familiar and kind of scope out the people around the fires, but staying out of sight.
All right. So as you make your way around, just roll a stealth check as you're trying not to be seen.
That's correct. Jesus
Kayla.
Christ.
That is a 21.
That's a
for me.
9?
How is
Gonna be a great
how
night,
is he
guys.
out doing the rogue here in the sneaky sneak?
This is not a sneaky rogue. She's not a sneaky rogue. She's a talky rogue.
Oh boy.
Get the gift of gab.
She does. But that's a
Yeah.
9.
Okay, a 9. And what was Kaylin's?
21.
21. Okay.
I'm doing great
Kyrie,
tonight.
very distracted about what she's trying to do here.
Doing great.
So as you guys are making your way around through there, roll a perception check as well. So
Okay, that's so much better. That's a 24.
That's a
24.
6.
6. Okay, nice. Okay. You guys cannot roll both well, so
we can't.
as you guys are making your way around the left side, you don't see any like names of like the performers right off bat. All you see is the name of what you assume is the group, and it reads Sir Talk's Traveling Troupe.
Okay.
And there's a variety of carriages here. I mean, there just seems to be different colors. They're painted to be kind of bright and pop and, and stuff like that. But you can see that as you get closer that there's a lot of wear on them. Like, they don't seem to be very well maintained. And you all of a sudden step on a stick. And you hear, "Who's out there?" And you see a guy come around the side. He looks. Roll perception for him.
He's gonna see me. It's fine.
"I see you there. Come out. Looks like you're alone."
Hi, sorry. I saw one of the shows last night, and I just wanted to wander out and see this morning. I've always enjoyed performers. I just wanted to see if you guys were still out here and just say hi.
I'm gonna have you roll on because you're being kind of honest, but
That's fine.
a little deceptive.
You want
So
deception?
If you want to roll deception,
Well, that's fine. That's a 22.
22.
Ah.
Okay. Roll against it just to see.
Unless I roll a 1, I can't get below a 22.
We're in your arena now. In the
Yes, we are.
So it's understandable.
Sorry, I know it's early and people are probably still sleeping. I was curious and wanted to come by before I had to be at work.
What do you want an autograph or something?
I mean, if anyone's awake, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb anyone. I enjoyed the show.
Come in. Quit sneaking around. He turns
Okay.
around and just walks back around the carriage there.
I guess she's gonna walk in.
All right. Kaylin, you don't. The gentleman didn't seem to notice you. So it's up to you whether you walk in with Kyrie or stay hidden in the trees.
Kyrie's gonna it's okay. I'll be right back.
Okay, be careful.
All right. So as you walk around the side, the gentleman you were speaking to he's probably a middle-aged guy, probably on the other side of it. Got like a scruffy beard, not well maintained, and it's just got patches of gray in it. He wears like a brimmed hat that has a lot of wear on it, and he's got on like just a button-up like flannel type shirt and some overalls with some boots. Just he seemed to have a stern face at first, but as you come around the carriage and look, you guys eyes meet again. Like his eyes soften a bit as you he was, I guess, worried who you were at first, and now he's just like, he just thinks that you're just a fan. So he says, "Come on around. I'm Jacob. I'm not one of the actors. I just help maintain everything and set up the stages and pack all the boxes and whatever they need me to do."
Oh, I mean that's as important as the performers. They couldn't do what they do without you.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question personally. Do you mean that?
I do.
Okay, she does mean that. Okay.
She does mean it.
Okay. All right.
She knows what she's talking about.
I appreciate that. They're nice to me. They keep me fed and clothed and... Well, anyway, is there any particular one of them that you wanted to see? I might be able to see if they're awake.
Oh no, don't worry about that. I wanted to come say hi. They all did so well last night. Any of them, I wouldn't want anyone to be woken up for me. If anyone's around.
Let's see. He turns around and looks. And have you roll another perception check as he's looking around as well.
19.
19. You see a woman come out of one of the carriages. It's a little bit of a chill in the air as it's getting late in the year. It's got like a kind of a blanket kind of fur or something wrapped around her. And you recognize her as the same lady that you saw the evening before.
Okay.
She stops and kind of rubs her hands together and bundles up a little bit and makes her way over to one of the fires. A couple of other people start to come out. You don't really recognize any of them right off. And then there's a halfling that kind of walks out through there. And you're like, it's been a while, but halflings age a little differently, so she looks almost the same.
Stop, I'm gonna cry. It's who I think it is, isn't it?
I think so. So, oh, he says, well, right there's some of them waking up right there. I've got to get them some coffee and stuff here. But we have plenty if you want to join. We made pretty good on the show last night, so.
Oh, thank you. I ate before I came. I don't have much time since I have to be at work, but I guess I'll go say hi.
Okay.
And she's gonna approach. Oh man.
And I was looking through my notes. I couldn't remember. I think it was Marley that was at the party, right?
Marley was the one at the party.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. Let's see if Clan wants to play this one for me. Send it right to you, buddy. There you go. So you walk over to the fire, and they're getting some food, and Jacob is over, handling the coffee and pouring some of that.
Excuse me. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
I'm sorry. This is awkward. I saw some of the performance last night, and I really wanted to see if I could meet any of you this morning, and really, you all just did wonderful. It was amazing.
Oh, honey, I'm so glad you like. Would you like to sit down here? Sit down next to me right here.
Oh,
He'll bring some
sure.
coffee and you can have a cup and it'll calm you right down.
Which one is this? Is
This
the
one
halfling
is
or Marley?
this is the halfling.
Okay.
Yeah, Marley is sitting over there. She's watching this kind of happen, and she's just kind of looking very cautiously at you as she's drinking her coffee.
Oh, honey, don't be nervous. It's fine.
I'm sorry. This is just wow. I heard you sing last night, and oh my gosh, you're so talented.
You are too kind. Way too kind. I just do what I can with what I'm given.
I I didn't catch your name last night though. I only managed to know you were all camping out here. I was asking around. What was your name?
It's a Bloom Song. Darmita Bloom Song.
Hi. Wait. Oh, I've heard of you before. You
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it was my mother. She said she saw a group of years back. I forget what it wasn't this one, but you were with it. This was years ago. I wish I could remember. Something bizarre, I think. Wasn't this group? I don't think so. How did you end up here?
Oh, well, I go from group to group just to, whoever's most popular in the area, that's who I try to get with. And it just so happens in this group, this was the largest traveling group there was. So I came and did my audition and they snatched me right up. Doesn't help. There's a few more gold in my pocket too.
That's helpful. Would you mind? I think I have pen and parchment here somewhere. Would you mind signing it for me?
Can you roll another deception check for me on because
Sure.
you totally know the name.
Oh, I totally know the name.
Yep. Just to see.
Motherfucker! What is wrong with me tonight? Another one.
You need new dice.
Listen,
This has been
Uh,
on 3 separate dice so
listen,
far.
out of character, true story. Sly never could roll a deception check against me or my characters in the first campaign.
That's true. It's
Only
true.
when you were
But
tieflings, though.
this is not one that it's bad. So
What
it's
did you do
okay.
to your dice this week, huh?
I did
So-
nothing.
I did roll for both the characters, and I rolled a 1 for Klein's character, which would
Damn it!
go along with which would go along with what he said. But I
Damn
did
it.
roll just a 4 on my on Marley.
I
So
mean, if it
Marley
was-
is just looking at you. A bazaar, you say?
I think that's what it was called. I don't know. She talked about it years ago.
You wouldn't be talking about the Shishri's Hypnotic Bazaar.
Cheshire.
Cheshire? Sorry.
It's okay.
Doesn't have a pronunciation.
That
Cheshire.
that sounds right, I think. That might have been the name.
Jesh, that was years ago.
Like I said, she said it was a long time ago that she saw you with them. I'm sure you've been with plenty of groups over the years.
I don't stay in the same place very long, no.
Makes sense with your group. Wait, you know the group. Were you with them too?
I was with
yeah.
them, yes. Both of us.
Oh. So do you guys join this group together? That's nice.
No, just happenstance.
Oh.
In several years.
To be truthful, I think she followed me, but don't tell nobody. She gets mad when I say that.
That group broke up long ago, dear.
Oh. Well, that's too bad. I mean, must have been nice when you ran into each other with this group.
Yes, it's always good to see familiar faces.
Agreed.
I'm gonna see if I can find a piece of parchment and a pen and pull it out to hand to Darmida.
Are you sure I've not seen you somewhere before? What was your name?
Oh, I'm Kaylee. Hi.
Haley.
I saw the shows last night. I saw you too. Wonderful performance.
We saw a lot of people last night.
Well, I doubt
At the
you'd
party,
remember me
but,
then.
Yes. I'm a good study of people. It's a hobby of mine, watching. People have certain tendencies about themselves. And it's interesting. But no, I don't remember you from last night. But it was rather hectic, especially with us being rushed out towards the end of the evening and all.
Right. Do you know what happened? There were so many guards everywhere.
Oh, somebody
is-
said that someone attacked the Royals.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's
I
why
heard
they were
from-
so hush about it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard from 2 of the guards that they got in and somehow they got the Royals out, and no one knows where they are now. So
Oh,
the town is
wow.
just in chaos.
Oh,
It's kind of
man.
exciting.
I guess I'll have to ask some customers at the shop today if they know what else is going on. Oh my gosh, that's
Dude, if you
Oh.
find out more, come and tell me. I'm dying to know what happens.
oh definitely. Are you gonna be in town for a bit longer?
Probably another day or so. I don't know. It depends. With things being as chaotic as they are, we may get out just because, people like going after the carnies.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't know why they would do that to you. You just
I
bring
hate
beauty
when
with
you
the
call
world.
us that, Darmita.
Oh, it's what everybody. Would you get that sour look off your face? If it freezes like that, you're never going to make a bit of coin. You look like you just smelled sour milk.
Kyrie's trying not to laugh.
Honey, you'll have to look over her. It's been a while since she's had the pleasures, if you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's
Okay.
made her a bit cantankerous.
That's
Kaylee,
fair.
odd question. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Reincarnate. I mean,
Like the same soul just moving from life to life?
I know that some of the gods do that sometimes. I guess. What makes you think that?
Oh, nothing much. Like I said, I like to watch people, and you seem to come across the same habits, same personalities all the time.
Oh,
But
I
in
mean-
different bodies, different faces. You know?
well, that's odd. I can't say I've ever had that happen, but I guess it's possible.
Well, if they do, I hope they join the show because that would be a hell of a sight to see.
She's been mostly happy and bubbly this whole time, and little bit the disguise is just a little at that. Yes, I'm sure it would be. It'd be great for your business.
Well, we won't keep you, dear. I know you said you had something to go take care of or
Oh,
something
yes,
or
I
whatnot.
do have to get to the shop. Oh, geez, what time is it? Oh, I'm gonna be late. Oh, I'm sorry. You said you think you might be in town another day? Do you have any other
Yeah.
performances scheduled?
Not right now, but I'm always hoping to get a few more off the side.
Oh, I hope so. I'll
By the
ask
way,
around.
I just want you to know that I think you have the most beautiful smile that I've ever seen.
Thank you. Yours is
No
lovely
problem.
as well. You're just
Well, thank you. Thank you. I try to be better than that old puss over there.
I'm sure. I can't seem to find that parchment. I'll ask
Oh,
around
that's
and
fine.
see if you all are performing anywhere tonight. Because I'd love to hear you sing again.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks. I would love to perform.
It was lovely meeting you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine, honey.
And you too. I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name.
Roll another deception check. Just right there, just at the end. The last one as you're parting.
Oh shit, that's a 30.
A 30? Marley.
Marley. It was lovely to meet you too. Thank you so much for talking to me this morning. I'll let you get back to your breakfast. Bye.
You take care now.
So as you're walking back away, Jacob kind of scurries over to you as he's kind of taking care of some of the stuff he needed to take care of. So sorry about that. Marley, she's done this stuff for a long time, and early in the morning she doesn't do well with the fans and stuff like that. So that's my bad.
Oh, that's fine. Darmita was lovely though. She was wonderful.
Oh, she's a jewel. Yes.
No, I really should run. Shoot,
Yeah.
I wish we knew if they were going to be performing tonight. But
They're
thank you.
supposed to. They had some shows, but I don't know with everything that's going on in
Well,
the town if they'll have them or not.
Well, if they, so they did have something scheduled for later today. Do you know where? I can check and see.
I do believe it was outside of like one of the inns there, up in the upper district. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with all the names of the inns there. I'd have to go back and look. I don't actually schedule them.
Oh no, that's
I
that's
just
fine. I mean, I'll just I'll just have to check the places after I'm done after the shop's closed up for the day and see if I can find them. Thank you so much again
I'm
for your
sure
kindness.
some of the guards could probably tell you if you run into any
Of
of them.
course. Oh, that's true. They're usually so helpful. There are these two up by the keep usually. Very nice gentlemen. Sometimes a little bit slow, but very nice gentlemen. Thank you again for letting me say hi. This was wonderful.
No problem. Anytime for a fan, yeah. So he kind of tips his hat at you as you make your way back over into the wooded area where Kalen's peeking probably around the tree to try to see what's going on.
And she's gonna walk like she's alone. She's not gonna look off to where Kaylin is. She's just gonna walk like she's alone through the woods
Okay.
until she's out of sight.
All right, Kaylin, you following her over?
I am. Yes.
All right. So Kaylin kind of sneaks around through there, and you can probably hear her coming. You can roll stealth if you want to, Kaylin, but if not, you can hear her crunching on the leaves, following you.
When Kaylin catches up, Kyrie's wiping her eyes a little bit.
Are you okay? They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, just an old friend I wish I could have talked to as me. That's all.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that kind of life is like. But it's okay.
Yeah. It's you learn who you can and can't trust with it. Well, one of those women can be trusted with it, but the other just
Not so
hateful
much.
bitch. Yeah. Thank you for waiting.
No, of course, of course. This was your little adventure. I was just here to I was happy to see that you came back safe is all.
Yes. Like I said, I kind of learned not to go off by myself after last night.
Yeah. Word of advice, don't ever do that again. At least not without, letting us know.
Yeah, I know. It worked out okay, I guess.
I think we just got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, are you sure you about like what happened? You mentioned something. How did you even survive that?
Well, this stays between us, right?
Of course, of course.
Um, I was brought before Kellenvor. He came and got me. At least I think it was him. And he offered me a choice. I could be judged and move on, or if I agreed to serve him in some way, he would send me back. And I mean, I don't really know what that entails, but I wasn't ready, so I took the deal.
It takes courage to have that kind of deal. It really does. You're the only one that I've really been able to truly call a friend, or someone that truly means something to me. And since I was a young lass. I lost both of my parents at a young age, and practically watched my home burn to the ground. I haven't really had much of anybody in a long time, so the thought of losing you, it was almost too much.
Irie kind of looks back towards the camp over her shoulder. Yeah, I get that whole not having anyone. Like I said, I don't know if I want the others to know about the deal.
That's not my place to tell. That's whenever you are ready. Now,
Thank
hey,
you.
let's go mess with Cade and go grab some drinks this morning, hey?
I had one more stop actually. I know temples aren't your thing, but I was gonna try to see what the deal with the deal is.
Well, they are not my thing, that is correct. But I will stand by your side.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I think we'll head towards town, and hopefully she remembers where the temple to Kellenbor is.
All right. So, I have you roll, both of you, I think. Yeah, both of you probably roll an intelligence check for that. Everybody else, while they're heading back into town, you guys are coming down to the common area to get some food, some drink, and find out who these new people are that showed up in your party. A 7.
I rolled a 19.
19. Very good.
It could be
Kaylin's saving
worse.
the
I mean,
day.
yeah, could be worse. But yeah.
Okay. So everybody's coming down. JD, I don't know if you're coming back into the tavern at this point or not.
Yeah, once I've given them, kind of a rough time frame of when they normally end up in the tavern, like from when JD typically goes hunting and comes back and they're in the tavern, that's usually when I'd come back in from outside, when they time frame of the day, knowing that they're about seated and everything. So about that time frame, he'd come walking back in.
Sure. So unless, okay, Huck, you got something? You're muted, I think. You're
You're muted.
Maybe.
As it happens, I had also planned on going to the worship center of my deity. So,
okay.
Fuck!
Yeah, you didn't even know.
She's avoiding you.
You should have asked me. Jeez, man. Jeez, you should
No,
have
she's
asked.
trying to avoid you
Oh,
until she
well.
knows what's going on.
Party at
Good
Kellenbor's
luck.
temple. Don't
No.
park
So,
in the grass.
Shit.
Huck, you're coming down with everybody else then, and as are you just
Hello,
beelining for the door?
Hello, everyone. As it happens, I have an appointment. Goodbye. And I walk out.
JD, you see Huck walking out the door about the time you're deciding to make your way in.
All right. So like we're meeting in the threshold at the same time.
around the not maybe not face to face in the doorway there.
Well, I mean, it would be more like crotch
Face
to
to-
face at that point.
Face to upper thigh, yeah.
Oh, good morrow, JD. I nearly tripped on you. I am a man on a mission, so I'm afraid I
What?
was not looking out.
Where are you going?
I have worship center business to be about.
After what happened yesterday, you know you shouldn't be going by yourself.
Oh, well, that sounds like you would like to join me, and I encourage it.
Not that I want to join you, but you sure as hell don't need to be going by your damn self.
Very good, come then. And I walk around and leave.
JD goes over comms and says, "Fuck me," and hangs his head and just kind of follows behind Huck like, "Gosh damn it, I'm gonna kill somebody today." He says that in his head.
Okay. All right, so that takes away everybody from the original party except for Prugwin, Morwin, and Adara.
Ah,
Well, Adara's gonna walk down the stairs and kind of like just see them kind of like
Oh, wait.
leaving.
That's gonna happen right now, ain't it, Diz?
What's gonna? Well,
What?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, hang on, Russ. Let's do this first. Huck, before we go, let's say bye to the two that are going to leave.
well, who's leaving?
Morwin and Prugwin are departing us.
Oh, well, I guess worship center business can wait for such an occasion. Why? Did I say something? Fart in my sleep, perhaps? I know in my age it gets hard to hold on to them, but damn it, I mean not to offend.
I'm not sure the reasons, but Prugwin's been with us since the beginning. We at least owe him
Hey.
that.
Yes, okay, well,
So we'll turn right and walk back in the tavern at least to tell Prugwin goodbye the right way.
So Adara, you working around the stairs?
Yeah, she's working around the stairs. She's kind of like scratching the back of her head, like, why is everybody so awake right now? Like, what is happening? And she's just gonna kind of work her way down towards the bar area, probably looking for food.
Okay. You see Huck and JD making their way back into the tavern. You noticed Severin and Halram are also kind of just in the area, just awkwardly kind of there. And Prugwin and Morwin have all of their gear kind of right there, like bags or whatever, ready. Looks like they're ready to go. And as you guys kind of sit down for a moment, Prugwin stands up and says, I've been away from my family for a while, and after last night's events, I feel like I need to go spend some time with them. Morwin has similar things that he needs to take care of, and so we will be parting ways. If you come back to Baldur's Gate, please come by and see me. I wish you the best.
So,
Okay.
as after Prugwin has stood up, JD hops up onto the table.
Yep.
Because, you know, Prugwin's like, what, 7 foot something? So JD's got to
Yep.
really get up there. And he looks as close to Prugwin in the face as possible. Careful in Baldur's Gate, my friend. Vampires attacked while we were gone. Well, while y'all were gone. And the guild was also attacked. I hope your family was not injured while you were away. If you need us, send someone for me.
I will. And as they kind of say their goodbyes and take a moment with the people that they're familiar with, at least. When they come to JD, they both place something in his hand. Rowan says, "I will try to get up with Harrison back in Baldur's Gate and see what I can do to help with the guild there."
We definitely
And they
need
both-
some type of assurances of where to go once we acquire the general, or at least of his whereabouts.
Yeah, we will try to find Harrison and get word to you.
I sent you the DM real fast, is about the last item.
Okay. He says, "Actually, you will probably need this more than me." And he hands JD a bag.
It will be used for sure. Especially what's inside it. We need to figure out what happens with that. Especially if Galen was willing to kill you for it.
It's true. Farewell. Good travels. And
Stay
they make
safe.
their way out of the tavern there. Severin and Halram just kind of watching this from the side over.
I guess I'm the only one that's going to go with him to this damn temple, ain't I? As he looks at the others standing in this tavern.
You're saying this?
Yeah, JD's saying this to
Well, if
everyone
anybody else would like to come, of course.
If you would like accompaniment, you only need but ask, JD.
I don't want to go, but he's going to go alone, and if he goes alone, we already know that they're still out there.
Very well. She's gonna reach and like grab whatever is on the bar there for food wise. And she's just gonna pick it up with her and she's gonna be like, very well. We probably should stick together. God only knows what's happening in this town at this point.
JD looks at the other two and goes, "You're welcome to come along. We can have our talk then. While he's doing whatever the devil he's doing."
Very well. I don't mind joining you.
Halram nods his head and stands up. Kind of straightens his clothing up there.
Very well.
Severin has a new backpack on backwards, and he's like reaching in and pulling out nothing. He's just the whole time he's thinking of different items, Diz, as he reaches into that haversack that he got.
Yep.
And is trying to.
This keeps.
He's seeing if there's anything that might be useful in there that he can think of.
He's like 10 gold, 11 gold, 12 gold.
We'll meet up with the other two later. They left out early today. I know not where, but they're fine. At least they're
All right.
together.
So they're coming in from the south gate, and you guys are in the northeast. So you're gonna get to the temple
Long before.
At
slightly
the
before
exact
they
same
leave.
time. Just
I'd say you're gonna get there probably about 10-15 minutes before they get there.
We arrive at the gate at the same time and go, "Oh, I found them."
Because they have to come around to the west side of the town, but they have to travel north all the way up. So
Right.
So
Well, you guys
much
only
for
pretty much have to
not wanting the
travel
whole
west.
group for this.
yeah. So
Yeah.
as you guys show
Blame
up,
Huck. Blame Huck.
You should have
As,
said something. I didn't know.
Kyrie and Caleb show
Thank
up.
you, Rico.
you guys can see. Well, actually, do you guys go on in, or are you guys standing outside?
The two of us, were
No,
them.
Huck and them, because they get there first.
Oh wait, we get there first?
Yeah,
Oh, I
we'll
thought
get
you
there
guys-
like 10 or 15 minutes before them.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I'm going straight in.
Yeah, I figured
I'm
Huck
not
would
gonna
go
say
straight in.
anything.
Okay. So I would say
well, the last time Huck was there.
Halram will stay outside.
Yeah, I would say that. Do we know if there's more than one entrance and exit to this temple?
You don't. Well,
Okay.
you know
That's
that
the window that
you know,
Huck broke.
Right.
Yeah, there's the window.
Right. I would say that JD will probably stand outside the main door with Halram because he doesn't want to go in there and deal with that shit neither.
I don't know that Severin would feel like comfortable in a temple.
Okay. Nadara, you going in with Huck?
Well, y'all just gonna stand out here then, huh? Fine. Come
I
on,
mean,
Huck.
I mean, to be honest, last time he was in there, he ran and we had to chase him through the town.
Oh, so how are you gonna know if he runs if you're standing out here with the door closed?
He broke the window and jumped out last time.
Well, is there a new window? He could just jump out now.
If he
He'll
runs,
run that way.
He'll run that way.
If he runs, I assume that you would yell.
Not if I don't go in too.
I'm already in, by the way. Y'all are bickering.
Yeah, we are literally.
Wait,
She's just
what
like,
the-
forget it. I got it, and she'll open the door and sneak in, keeping an eye on Huck, obviously, and looking around as she enters, because I don't think she's been in here. No.
I don't know. You have not been in here.
No.
Yep. So as you go in, looks about the same as it did before. Huck and Nadara, you're seeing this for the first time. It is a smaller temple, maybe a building converted into a temple. There's a number of pews on the right and left in the center aisle. It's rather small to consider it a temple at all. But there are stained glass windows on the right and left, and there used to be a nice big stained glass window at the back, but now it is covered over with wood. There's nobody out in the main area there. But not long after you walk up the middle aisle there a little bit, someone says, I'm coming. One moment. And the door opens and he walks out. He says, "You.
Hey,
You're not going to jump through another one of my windows, are you?"
I don't think so. Did I do that before? Do I remember if I did that before? I
You
actually
don't.
Russ does
You
not
don't
remember.
really
Probably
remember.
not.
Yeah, you just kind of
Yeah.
blank out.
Did I do that? Is that what happened there?
And about this time, Adara was walking up behind you. And he looks over at her and says, "You were preaching a rather good sermon, actually, and but then you got agitated. I don't know if it was the small one or the big one that was sitting in front of you. Something agitated you, and then you ran away from them, and they followed you, but you broke the window."
Oh well, this will never do. What have you gotten as far as repairs?
It's just the wood. That's all I've been able to afford
Oh,
for now. And maybe I've wrote a letter to the other churches, and maybe they have some money they can send to replace it.
no, fret not. I hand him my whole purse.
Oh,
7,727 gold coins.
Oh my
Good
gosh!
God.
This is way
Here.
too much.
No,
Mine later.
And I curl his hands around it. Nonsense. For Kalimvor, yes, this indeed is just right. But I'm actually not here about the window, although I am sorry for, well, I don't remember it, but I'm sorry regardless. I actually need wisdom.
All right. He turns around and sets the large bag of gold and platinum down.
I better subtract that before I get. Hold on a second, guys. How exactly do you subtract stuff? Oh, here we go. 7,727 no longer exists in my pocket. Failed to remove coins. What? How do you
It doesn't
remove
expect
coins?
anybody to do that.
As this is going on, Adara's gonna kind of cross her arms and look for a second, and she's gonna reach out over the telepathic connection. And she's gonna, well,
There we
JD,
go.
your thoughts of staying outside worked great. Huck just gave the church all of his money.
Well, it is his money to do with as he wishes. However, this just adds to the conversation I have to have with his ass later. Very well.
Yeah.
The weather's still good out there?
And all your party members can hear this. Even Kyrie and Kaylin, who are getting within distance about this time.
Oh yeah, Huck gets to hear every bit of this adds to the ass chewing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kyrie picks it up and she's like, oh shit.
At least I'm not the brokest one anymore.
No, but you realize where they are, right?
The church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, so much for not doing this with the whole group.
Oh, just
So
spy
did you-
around for a little bit. You'll be fine.
As you guys are making your way on up to the door, Huck, what were you doing inside there?
So, did I catch this person's name?
You have not. Nobody's asked. I actually went back and watched the video just to be sure.
Okay.
Nobody's
So,
asked.
Good sir. I'm so sorry. What is your name?
Oh yes. My name is hold on, got it right here. Glenn Boron.
I'm sorry. You didn't just say moron, did you?
Boron.
Boron. Okay.
Glenn Moron, and I was like, okay, this.
Boron. Okay.
Tell us how you really feel about the holy people.
Yes, there, Glenn. It's my name is Huck. 1371. It is a pleasure to meet you. Although apparently we already have.
1371. Is that a year or that's part of your name?
I don't know. It's actually here on my rump, but we should talk about that later. What I'm actually here about is Kellamvor business. As you may know, I am overjoyed to have Kellamvor's teachings in my life, and I had the opportunity to put them to good work recently when somebody died, and I prayed to plead for the return of their life, thinking that they were not ready for death. And wouldn't you know it, they came back. And I feel as though...
He puts his hand on his chest and kind of stumbles backwards a little bit.
Yes, I can bring them here, but I don't know where they've gone just yet. However, I feel as though I may have displeased Kellamvor. I don't know why he hasn't said anything to me. I know he heard me, because because, you know, the prayers were answered, but have I been untrue to Kellamvor? How do I know?
No, my son, no. You don't always hear Kellamvor. He doesn't speak
Okay.
to just anyone,
Okay.
but rather you see his presence in both the living and the dead.
Oh, Yes, of course.
About this
In
time,
the-
Kyrie's and Kaylin
Yeah.
are walking up to the building. Do you say anything to the guys outside, or are you just going on in?
She's gonna say, good morning.
JD responds with, "It's fucking something."
One of you wouldn't happen to have any food on you, would you?
I swear, it was on my agenda to get breakfast on the way back, I promise. So
I
he's in
mean-
there.
Yeah, he's in there, and he wanted to come by his damn self. And after what happened yesterday, I refused to let him come by himself.
Yep.
And after what happened the last time he was in there, I definitely refused to let him come by himself.
Well, this'll be fun. And she's gonna walk inside.
Have fun.
All right. Kaylin, you staying outside, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Kyrie, you kind of walk in, and Adara, I guess, is just kind of hanging back a little bit, probably up against one of the pews.
Yeah, she's probably
Just
about like 15
observing.
feet from Huck. Just, yeah, kind of keeping an eye on him.
You hear the door open and glance back, and you see Kyrie slip in and close the door.
Kind of, Kyrie.
Kind of Kyrie. It's have you shifted at all, or you look
Still
completely...
brown hair, brown eyes. Still her, but with her face.
Okay.
Like she has a wig and colored contacts in, essentially. But not.
And Daryl kind of just look back, and she'll look for a second, like not at first instant. She'll be like, "Hey," kind of just like nod, not really say anything, and she's watching Huck. She's kind of got her arms folded, just kind of chilling there, leaning against the pew.
Hey, Diz,
Yeah.
is there a spot that I could start a fire big enough to heat up a meal?
In the street?
I mean,
Yes, campfire!
I have my
Oh
bag.
my
I have
God.
my bag of colding with my meals that I've already made.
I mean, if you want to try to make a street fire, that's up to you. But I mean, guards do
mean,
walk
that's
by every
making-
once in a while.
Oh god.
I mean, magic items don't burn, right?
No, they don't usually get destroyed or
So
anything.
if I take my keg off and I put the campfire on top of the keg,
It's true. I mean, it's up to you. You can try that. And
God damn it. I swear it was on my list to get
or
Caleb
if I took my
breakfast.
sunblade out, could I heat up a meal on my sunblade?
I'm just
I mean-
hovering it over the top.
it wouldn't be a
Use the
reliable
sunblade
way of
like a
cooking,
toaster?
but you could try. Yes.
well,
you
I
could
mean, I've
try
already
that as
cooked
well.
it. It's just to heat it up.
Like I said, you can try, and I'll let you know what happens. Either way, I'll be entertained. So
This will be like the exploding bread for the pigeons. I'm so here for this.
I mean, I'm down to put the
God, about
keg
the
down
pigeon.
and put a small little kindle fire down and
okay.
try to heat
Just
up
send
a
me
meal.
a message with what
Alright.
you're doing, and I will
Oh, no.
throw it in here in the mix of this conversation.
Remember that 7,000 you just donated? It's about to go to a new church because it's about to burn down.
All right, so you're talking to the priest. Kyrie has walked in. Slightly different Kyrie. Yes. The priest says, yes, he doesn't speak to us. You know, I've never heard Kellenbor's voice myself.
Mm.
But you feel the calling, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. So we see his presence in the living and the dead, and we feel his calling, and we have faith in his presence, and are renewed in small acts of his doing, really.
Yeah. That's
Harry
true.
just comes up and stands next to Huck without saying anything.
Oh, well, it looks like you have, what is it, a parishioner or a, mm, worshiper? Whatever it's called. I would like to talk more. I would like to take my service to Kellenvor to the next level, and, might look familiar though. But the,
Hi, Huck.
oh, I okay. Whoa, whoa, and I'm like, it's dawning on me. Wow, look, and this is indeed. I'm mildly sure the person. eh, oh well, you're probably here on Kellamvor business, no?
Yes, I was hoping to speak to your friend here.
Oh, yes. Well, yes. Okay. Thank you. And I shake his hand again. Thank you. I appreciate it, friend. Okay, and I will be back. And okay, okay, uh, coworker, if you will. and I kind of awkward old man, so I just shuffle out.
I
Go over
specifically
next to
didn't
Dara.
shift. I specifically didn't shift just because I wanted to see Huck.
And Dara is just kind of flabbergasted at this present moment in time with that whole like transition. She's like, all right, interesting. Kyrie, are you good?
Yeah, I'll be out in a minute.
Your the pendant, is it visible? Are you
Not currently. It's
Okay.
tucked under clothes.
okay? Okay.
Very well. I will leave you. Seems you may have something to handle.
Yeah, it shouldn't be long, but I'll meet up with you all.
Very well. And she'll slowly follow Huck out as he awkwardly shuffles out the door.
Okay. How do you go out with Adara, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's just you, which you don't know the name of the individual, but it is the priest. They're just you, Kyrie.
Hi, I don't know if he mentioned anything at all. And she's gonna pull the pendant out of her clothes.
He steps backward, puts his hand on his chest again. Is that what I think it is?
Well, I don't know what it is. It's kind of why I'm here. I met your patron last night. And
His eyes just get wider as you keep talking.
he he said he was going to judge me and do all of that fun stuff. But he said that someone spoke up for me and that he would make me a deal and that I could come back if I agreed to serve him. And when I woke up, I had this and a book and Shut the Fuck Up Clan. And I'm hoping you might help with what exactly I agreed to.
Please sit down. And he walks over to a pew and sits down on it. There's
And-
a little bit that we need to talk about.
Oh, so you do know what's going on. Okay, good. Please, anything.
All right. So if you walk over and sit down next to him,
Mm-hmm.
he says, "The pendant. It's called the Tear of Kelimvor. It used to be long ago that these were not as rare, but still rare. They were given to souls that didn't deserve a kind afterlife. It is second chance." He reaches over and kind of picks it up off your chest and holds it, and he says, touches the gem with his other hand and says, "The darkness of the gem, it represents your transgressions." And he turns it over and says, "It is said that a message straight from Kelimvor will appear on the back. And then it is your task to deal with that." He turns it back over and sets it back down on your chest and pulls his hands away and says, I don't know much about you or the group of people you are with, but usually in the stories from long ago, the message on the back is a name. And the name is the person that you are to send to Kelimvor for judgment.
Yay, you're an assassin. Oh, I love it.
As you complete the task, the gem will fade until it's a white gem. And he reaches down and takes your hand. At that point, you are called for judgment yourself.
So this deal was just an extension.
Yes, but it is a blessing. Kelimvor does not reach out to anyone, and you said someone spoke in your favor. This has been unheard of for centuries.
Yeah, no idea how to find out who spoke for me. No clue.
Pulls his hands back away and says, "Sorry, I could pray about it, but I don't think I would get an answer for that, because I don't need to know. Maybe in time you will know."
She's gonna pick it up and look at the back.
Right now, there's nothing on it. It's
Okay.
just smooth metal.
And that's it. I don't have to preach and do what he's been doing the past few days. Just a name appears.
That is the only requirement. Anything additional couldn't help. I mean, couldn't just help your current position, since You've already been before judgment once.
Sounds about what my luck has been.
This is good. This is gods do not pass down blessings easily, and this is a blessing.
Not one that makes sense to me, but okay. Thank
Just
you.
know that if you need guidance, I am here, and there are churches to Kelmvor throughout Faerun. They have diminished in size like this one has, but we can offer some guidance.
Thank you. She's gonna stand up and walk outside.
Okay. All right. So, JD.
God damn it, Clan.
I gotta get a refill. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Run. Spirit
Okay, so
Hollow.
you're doing this on the side of the building or the front?
I mean, right there on the street is, as you know, within
Okay.
fire code away from the building is fine.
With the fire code away from the building. There's a fire code here, eh?
All right. So, he's.
I mean,
he's,
I put it in there.
he's trying to get Severin, Halram, and Kalen to kind of take up positions to kind of block from anybody from just being able to peek over and see what's going on, right?
No, it's so that they can't trip into it and knock it over.
Okay, so he's just protecting it. All right, Kalen, Severin, do you have any issue with standing in guard around it? Okay, just making sure.
I am not strong enough to stop anything, but
I'm all here.
man.
I'm here for this, honestly.
Kalen may have a better chance of using me as a battering ram to stop people than me actually stopping people.
Right. And so you kind of set up a little campfire there, and you get it lit. I mean, you guys are probably used to this by now, and so you're starting to heat up some of the meals there. So there's not a lot of skill in this. It's just heating it up. So there's not really anything you need to roll for there. But I'm gonna roll to see if there's any guards that happen to patrol by at the time. Okay.
I'm prepared for this.
Okay. All right, so this is before Kyrie comes back out. You're probably working on like the third or fourth meal here, heating it up, and you hear a couple of sets of boots kind of coming in your direction there. Now what's going on right here?
Oh, hello. We are waiting on a couple friends. We had an early morning, and got a little hungry, so had to make a couple meals so that we could eat and not be held up on our day.
What do you think about that, George?
Oh no! What you got? Warming up there?
And as they say that, JD spins around and has a plate in each hand and hands each one of one. Because as you saw, Diz, I pulled out 6. There's only 4 of us standing out here.
Yep. So they reach over and
thank you
take the
kindly.
plates.
He goes,
George,
hold on. and he pulls out of his pack 2 little goblets, and he pours some of his single barrel, and he goes,
Yeah.
Here, wash it down with.
George, shouldn't they have a like a permit or something for this? He takes a
Do-
drink.
Do you typically question honorary Hell Riders in things that they do?
Oh no, this is tasty, but no, sir, no, not at all. Have you tried a drink? This is good stuff.
Oh, I'm not trying that. Hold on.
In spirit of the nearby church, what's the saying? May Kellenvor provide. I think that's what it
This
is.
is a killing for.
I mean, I don't care.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be
Shut up!
respectful.
Shut up!
We did get the
fine.
food from Anward that one time, but this is much better, I think.
I made this. I don't associate with the church.
I mean, I like their food a little bit better, but the drink is mighty good.
I
It's
made
really-
the
really
drink
good, yeah.
myself as well.
Drink is mighty good. But now the animal people, that lady over there can throw some grub together.
I mean, I think it's break time. And they kind of go up against the building, kind of lean up against the building, set their cups down, and start eating.
I'll make it official. As a god of El Toro, I hereby permit you to cook your meal. What about that, Barney?
I think that's really good, especially since it's our last day. So I mean,
Well,
I
that's
think we
true.
can do
That's
that.
true. That's true. You all have a good day.
You as
they
well.
finish their food and put their plates down, and they scurry off about the time Kyrie's coming out.
JD turns back around and looks at the 3 of them and goes, "That George guy ain't the brightest. This is the 3rd time that he's drank some of my single barrel, and this is the 1st time that he claims he's had it."
You think he might have been bopped on the head as a baby?
I'm not sure. But I figured this would be something that would happen, which is why I planned ahead.
Does
And then
Kyrie see that we
he
do?
makes sure that the 3 that were guarding the fire and keeping it knocked over has a meal also.
Kyrie was coming out about the time that they said, well, this is our last day, and they had just finished up and was kind of walking off. Kind of nod their head and walk off.
Kaylin's gonna be sitting there chewing her food, and she's gonna look over at Seven and she'll be like, "Refresh my memory. Who are you again?"
Me? I'm Severin. We kind of met last night.
Yeah, I remember you being there, but why were you there?
I assume for the same reasons y'all were.
Kyrie walks up, sees if there's any food for her.
You want some?
JD hands her his plate.
Oh, thanks. I was planning on finding a bakery, but since you set yourself up here already. So,
How was it?
it was fine. That's all she says. She's just gonna eat.
All right. Churches draw weird energy, man.
She's not gonna say in front of everybody.
JD looks at Adara and goes, "What you grabbed at the tavern, was that enough, or do I need to heat up another one?"
I'll never say no to more food. Besides, the bread was kind of stale.
Seconded.
She'll
Oh,
kind of
no.
walk over towards
I ain't
there.
giving you another one. You wait till you get back to the tavern.
So,
You didn't break him in half.
I mean, I know I had my errands to run today, but I'm done. What exactly is going on here now besides street breakfast?
Well, none of us got to eat because Huck was literally gonna run here if we didn't come immediately. So
That sounds right.
I had food and I decided I'd eat right here.
I'm not usually very hungry, so I thought I would get an early start.
What is it with you people in early?
I mean, I'm up before the sun
one
rises, so
day. Ugh.
Right there with you, Adara.
Who is
Listen,
the
magic doesn't recharge easy, okay?
physically? Who is the largest person in this group that I might have a chance of hiding behind for a second?
How tall are you, how tall are you, Huck?
I'm a hunched 7 foot tall.
I'd
Yeah,
say
you-
probably put like Kaylin and Huck like this, shoulder to shoulder.
She's
and
not
just do
gonna
that.
ask you guys to move. She's just gonna fix her hair.
That I'm just saying.
Well, she's gonna duck behind Huck. Make sure nobody on the street is watching. And
Like
then
Superman in a phone booth.
basically, yes, Huck is her phone booth.
Oh lord. Hey,
While
step up
you're
on his
back
back
there,
real
does my
quick and
nameplate need a buffing?
Right. I gotta go get something else to drink.
And she's gonna change her hair and eyes back to normal. She'll leave the clothes. It's fine. She's not worried about that.
So after JD has given everybody a meal, he's gonna reach down and take one of the goblets that he'd given to one of the soldiers and fill it with one of the taps with the water, and pour it out onto the fire, and then just kind of make sure everything's out, and then brush it off of his keg, and then put the keg back on his back.
All right. All right, you guys have your street meal there and clean up, and where do you want to go from there?
Well, oh, I just remembered. My bag was weirdly heavy last night. When I got back, I don't know how it happened, but somehow there was a shit ton of gold in there. Huck, you said you were putting my stuff in my bag. Did you grab other things from that room?
No, I don't know. I mean, there was just things, and I scooped.
Oh. I mean, this works out fine for us, I guess. And I kind of divided it up. And she's gonna pull smaller bags out of her bags and hand them off to people. Halram and Severin are gonna get 5,000 each. Because she doesn't know who they are, but she knows they helped. And then everyone else gets 20,000 gold.
As soon as it touches my hand, I say, "Oh, do you know the window could use this too?"
She's gonna pull it back from handing it to Huck. She's gonna give Huck's bag to JD.
Oh, but
JD grabs it and immediately drops it into the bag of holding and looks at Huck and goes, "When you need it, I'll let you have it."
Oh, but I don't need money. I don't need money.
I tell you what, Huck, I'll use it on potions and med kits when I have to save you.
Oh, that's a very sound idea. Oh, you shouldn't. We couldn't just spare a little bit. I didn't.
After
want
what
money
you
to
just
get them.
spent, you spared enough.
It was pittance, really. I'm sure that a window like that needs a great amount of gold.
I'm pretty sure he told you that was more than enough, because there's no way it costs that much to repair that window.
I don't think he said, really. I don't know, but doesn't matter. It's a god. Can you really give him too much money?
Yes.
You're not giving it to a god, Huck. You gave it to a man.
Well, but he represents my god.
I know another one you can donate to.
If
Shut up,
If-
clan.
if he
We don't like your
represented
god.
if he represented your god and you represent your god, couldn't you have just kept the money and done the same?
Let's see other notes, and we'll put 20,000 gold.
Let
for
it begin. Huck will not speak for the rest of the day because he's thinking about this. Mm. Mm.
And I guess since we're in the a spare moment to give things, Miss Adara, I actually have something for you.
Oh.
And I'll reach into my backpack and I will pull out a plain colors codex for her.
A holiday hoobie whatty?
It's a wizard thing.
It's a wizard thing. Oh, okay. Let me just put
It
that in here.
is.
It's a wizard thing. Sure. It's a what again?
You're a
You're
wizard.
a wizard, Adara.
It's called
Colors.
the plain colors codex.
Gotcha.
You can do
Yeah, I
the
found
rule.
it. Oh, thank you. And she'll kind of look at it, and she just kind of starts kind of studying it and looking at what it is.
I had found it on my travels, and I'm not the biggest fan of books, so I was gonna sell it, but you magic people, you seem to need these sort of things, so.
Very
DM,
interesting.
can I look around and see who's watching us in this seedy ass part of town while all this gold and magic items are exchanging hands?
Sure. Roll
Hey.
perception.
I reach into my backpack and pull out a wand and go, I really have no use for this. If anybody,
That'd be a 22.
I wasn't planning on this turning into a whole thing. It was just her bag was heavy. And Huck
You
spent all
see-
his gold.
Bags
There's
heavy,
a number of
mom's
people
spaghetti.
on the street here now, walking back and forth. There's some carts and some horses going through as well, but you don't see anybody like paying attention to
Nothing
you guys
sticks out.
in,
Okay.
in a way that you would be suspicious about you.
Okay.
so he's got the wand in his hand and I really don't have use for it. If anybody would like to take it, not to mention I already have this one, and I pull out my other wand and I give it a little flick towards Huck. And hold on, I gotta pull it up to remember what the where is it? There it is.
Huck is immediately incinerated.
Huck, make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. What just happened?
Oh, I think I know what wand this is.
Oh, and Russ, don't forget about that other item that is in your
Yep.
possession now as well. Do you have a
That's
bag of
right.
holding or anything?
Nope.
Nope.
I
So
just have a
it's
bunch of
it's
stuff on
long.
me.
Is it just on your back?
I'm using it like my stick. I think I probably threw my stick away because it was just a stick.
Okay. You guys noticed that Huck has a pitchfork.
Pitchfork.
Giant
Yeah.
pitchfork.
A
Yeah.
giant black pitchfork.
Honestly, doesn't even register because it's Huck.
Did you? I guess you started using it this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
by
mean,
now-
I woke up and it just felt right. Like I knew.
By
that
now you're
Toril was
attuned to
with
it.
me, and we're friends now. You know.
You guys would notice that it is like a flat black color to it. It has 3 prongs at the top that are arrow shaped, and a big ball with a spike on it at the bottom of it. And where he's had it for all this morning, he's attuned to it, and you guys notice that there's flames that'll just jump from the different prongs, and then sometimes it'll run down the shaft of the pitchfork.
And I rolled an 11, by the way.
Son of a bitch! You just barely passed it. I
Sweet.
really wanted you to be forced to smile for a minute because I wanted to know what Hug smiling would look like.
Well, you wouldn't know because I'm wearing a mask. So actually, even if I were smiling underneath, you wouldn't know what
Yeah.
it looks like.
His face
many-
doesn't really move like that, so his
How many
jaw would
times
probably
have you
just
been
open
hit,
up or
though?
something.
That mask has got to be like ripped to shreds and pieces. Just
That's a
hanging
great
up.
question, Diz. Does the mask isn't magical, right? Wouldn't
It's
would
not.
it have been shredded by now?
It's in pretty
I
rough
guess
shape.
I'm unmasked.
It's still
Yeah.
there, but
Okay,
it's
so
not.
like
there's-
like I have
It's
a
like, why am I
mouth is
picturing-
like dangling and my eyebrows are like constantly
Why
wrong.
am
While
I
you were with
picturing-
Matthias repaired your mask.
Oh,
There you go.
sweet
My
Jesus.
immediate thought is the clown's mask from American Horror Story Freak Show.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
the condition I picture it in.
No.
But it's been repaired, so
Yes.
it's just
Thank
it's just
God.
now just the stuff of nightmares, not worse than that.
Yeah.
So I dropped the wand of smiles back in my bag because I'm keeping that one. But I'm holding the wand of the war mage +2 or whatever it is. Yeah.
And
No-
Zara
no-
will reach out and grab it to look at it, to kind of like inspect it essentially and check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, Dara, does it make rainbows?
You know, good question.
Mm.
I really wanted to say that there was a lot of light and the wind blew your hair back.
Oh
No.
my
The
god.
wand of White Snake.
What was it called again? I'm sorry.
It's the wand of the war mage +2. Basically, it just gives you a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls, and you can ignore half cover.
Does
when
it
making
also
spell
give
attacks.
a bonus to DC, or is it?
It doesn't say
+2?
anything about a bonus. Yeah.
While holding this one, you gain a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls to or half cover when making the spell attack. Huck, have you? Do you perhaps need something like this?
Oh, well, I don't think so. Do I? I know my magic isn't very potent, but it's not really a combat magic. It's a magic for other tasks.
See, I do believe that this may be beneficial to you. You know, you do have some trouble sometimes, I guess, with magic and hitting things with it. This may help you out. All you have to do is keep a hold of it.
Okay, keep a hold of it. My master always told me, swish and flick.
Excellent
Did it-
advice.
Did it do anything? It didn't make a rainbow, right?
What? I haven't given it to you yet, so
Oh,
you don't know.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
You just swished and flicked the pitchfork. Does that do anything?
I mean, it did. If it did that, yeah, it does.
Poke
I mean,
somebody's
somebody
eye
was
out.
nearby.
Just here, and she's gonna hand it over. And if you have questions on how to use it, she's like holding it back for a second. If you have questions about it, let me know. But this is a weapon, so tread carefully.
oh, understood.
And
Here's
she'll
how-
hand it
Holding a
over.
massive fucking pitch.
Yeah,
Then-
we're getting to that.
And flick.
Also, speaking of weapon, Huck,
Mm.
the pitchfork, and she's kind of like watching it do its thing, and she's just kind of looking at it. May I look at this?
Well, I mean, sure. It's weird. I woke up with it this morning, and Cordras was just like a good friend of mine, and it's like, almost like, yes. I mean, it's rather fun, isn't it? It quite
Did-
draws the eye.
Did you just say a name was a good friend of yours? What?
Oh,
Can
well,
you say that
I
again?
mean, it's called Cordras. I don't know if it's a name. Maybe just this style of staff is called a Cordras. I don't know.
She's gonna walk up to Huck and she's gonna kind of lightly look at it, and she's going to cast Identify.
Okay. It's not a ritual, right? It's just a spell identify.
Let me see. Oh, I changed my thing. It is technically a ritual, actually.
Okay. So you can cast identify as a spell. It consumes a spell slot, or you can do it as a ritual, and it takes longer
then
to
yeah,
do.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll cast
So
it
you
as a
just
spell.
mark off the spell slot.
Unless
so
I
you
can do
you
it while we're walking. That would be the only other thing is if I ritually
no,
do it while
you
we're
actually
walking.
have to kind of sit
Okay.
down and set out
Yeah.
candles and incense and whatever
Yep, I'll
a
cast it as
certain
a spell.
thing does. Okay. So you kind of
Put on
grab
some
a hold of
smooth
it.
jazz.
As you grab a hold of it, the flames stop. And you kind of lift it up and hold it in both hands. And you close your eyes, and when you open them, there's like a blue tint to your eyes as you're looking down over the object. And it's true what he was telling you. It goes. Let me pull up the object here. I will tell you all about it.
I was gonna try and look it up, but I don't think I'm gonna spell it right.
Kord. Wait a second. Kordrus.
Yep. Here, I can send you the all about it here. Let's see.
Thanks.
The big question though, Russ, is did you make
Just
sure
gotta
you're attuned
find-
to it?
Yeah. That's why it's flaming now, is because I'm
Well, no, I mean, did you make sure on your character sheet you attuned to it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's the details on it and
At
the
the
name
bottom
of
of the
it.
inventory sheet.
Yeah. So you have the
yeah.
spelling of it.
Thank you, JD. Or I mean, but
It's fine. I am JD
yeah,
in this instance.
you just like popped into my head. Oh, JD would want me to know this. I must do it on my character sheet.
You take a moment and you kind of close your eyes and open back, and they're back to normal.
And I'm assuming she doesn't sense any bad presence with this.
You don't right off, no.
Okay. Very well. This could be interesting. She's kind
Well-
of thinking.
While she's doing that, can I try to talk to the tattoo kind of thing? Not out loud, but can I like just subtly like
Sure.
kind of start thinking for a minute and
Mhm.
try to figure out if it gives any inklings about the pitchfork? I don't know if I've ever had real conversations with it or if it just gives feelings.
It's more of feeling based, like I mean, you can speak to it, but it doesn't necessarily speak back. It just kind of gives you feelings of what it wants you to do. So
I'm just gonna ask it if I should be worried about the pitchfork.
you just feel a feeling of calm come over you.
Okay.
So we really fucked some shit up last night.
I
I think we should discuss that in a more private setting.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, that's fine. I was planning on meeting all of you back at the tavern, but
Like I said, I planned on staying at the tavern till you returned until he decided to take off.
yeah. Do we want to talk there? Do we go to the temple where Kyra is and talk there since it's fewer people? What exactly? We definitely should discuss.
Probably have less ears at the temple.
don't
And
know
if
about that.
they hear at the temple, they at least won't say anything.
They're less likely to, at least.
I mean, they have been on our side since we started this endeavor.
Fair.
That is reassuring at least, but it has been my experiences that even the walls in churches have ears.
This is true.
Nothing is ever private in a temple.
Say the same about a tavern, though.
So to the temple?
The temple
is-
we're referring to, though, is the same one of the people that came in and saved your life.
Is that what happened?
Hey, you
I
said
missed
that
a lot.
you said
A
that
lot
we'd
happened.
fucked shit up last night, and I was trying to figure out who we was
You were
because
dead at the time.
I was not doing well.
A lot happened. Let's just say
But
that.
let's just get off the street.
Could agree. We should definitely do that.
All right. So you guys heading to the temple then?
Yep.
Of Amway? Okay. So as you guys go to do that, we will take a quick break, and when we come back, you guys will be at the temple. So, all right, see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, we're back, and this party is arriving at the Temple of Anwir. As you guys make your way in, the place is a little more busy than it was before. There are all of the holy people that were rescued were brought here, and several of the doors that are usually closed are open. You've got people that, as you're walking down the hallway, you can see that there's some of those holy men laid out on couches or makeshift beds, and there's people tending to them that you don't know who they are. You assume that maybe these are people from their churches that have just came over here to assist in caring for everyone. So, are you guys heading towards the library, or where do you want to go in here?
I want to find Eldrick.
Okay. So, as you're looking around for Eldrick, you finally find him in the main chamber in there, where they've got several people kind of set up in there, and he's tending to some people. He's also kind of limping around himself a little bit still. Not fully recovered.
Sir Eldrick.
JD, it's good to see you.
You look a little better than what we found you.
Well, I'm not 100% yet, and we're willing I'll be that way soon.
So what happened?
Well, me, and shit, I can't remember his name.
Yarman.
Yarman, yep, Yarman. Yep. Yarman and I were going around on behalf of the church, trying to look into what was going on with the missing holy men. And we went to this tavern there on the other side of the city. And as we went in, we were talking with the barmaid there. Leonard was with us. And
we heard about his chicken ass.
Yeah, he was a big help. But she had no information for us. We decided to continue, and as we walked out, the city guard asked us what we were doing. I explained to him that we were on church business. We were not trying to cause any trouble, and then we were jumped. Pretty much, and I thought we were going real good for a while, and then they got a hold of us, and then they clamped us with these devices, and it was like I could no longer contact and I was cut off. I had no powers of any kind at all, and they subdued myself and Yarman, and Leonard, I guess, ran or something. I don't know, in the scuffle. The next thing I know, we were in a chamber, and I noticed that we were in there with a lot of what seemed like clerics and paladins. They all had their holy symbols and stuff like that, but no one's powers worked. No one could contact their gods for help.
When we tried to find you, they said that you were arrested for causing problems in town. And then they told us you were released.
I am sure that they had plans on releasing me from this life.
Well, I have no doubt.
Luckily, you all found us before that came to pass. A few others were not so lucky.
But I meant what happened once they took you there.
Come over here in the corner. I don't want to say much in front of everyone. He takes JD over to a corner by themselves.
As he goes to do that, he stops him and he hands him the device. Just make it easier. You don't have to say a word, and the rest of the party will know to where I don't have to worry about repeating myself. And so he'll just hand him one of the green list or hearing comms so that he can just repeat it so the rest of the party can hear it too.
Takes the device and puts it on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Forgot how handy these things were. Yes, when we were taken, we were, like I said, held against our will in a chamber there that you found us in. And will be with me. And at this, you can see he's very emotional. Probably more emotional than you've ever seen him before. What we had to endure was, and he's playing with his armor and fasteners and stuff on his. Honestly, JD, I wish they'd killed me. It would have been better.
Was it just the 5 of them?
There was it was just the 4 royals.
Dremmick's a part of this.
Dremmick had his hand in it, but he didn't participate in that. The fun, as they called it, was reserved just for the royals.
I see.
But they, at first, I thought that it was just going to be your normal run-of-the-mill, roughing up the prisoners, a little punching, hitting, maybe, cutting with a knife, something like that.
Who is in there with JD? Anybody, or is it just JD?
I came into the room, let JD approach on his own, but I'm at least in that
It's a big
area.
room.
Yeah.
Anybody else in there? Just
I would assume that Adara would stick nearby everybody, but I don't really know what's going on. If he pulled him off separately, I would assume that she wouldn't have followed.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, as we took a couple steps, JD stopped him to give him the comms. So either way, we're,
Yeah.
we aren't far from where we started.
Okay.
But that was just the beginning. As you know, these were demons or devils and succubi and things like that. So things, after a little while, took more of a sexual nature. And no one was spared.
It seemed that way when they tried to manipulate the party in the throne room.
Yes, they were master manipulators. They had powers that you could not say no. And
The-
some of the people, after a while, they didn't even attempt to say no. They just tried to get it over with as quickly as they could.
No.
Some of them prayed for death and it never came. Some of them, it did, thankfully. Do you know what
Right.
it's like to wish for death on a daily basis and be thankful that some of the people you know that prayer was answered?
I cannot say I've been in that luxury to have
I
wished for it and it come.
I pray that you never do, my friend.
Just know the Marquis tried to turn me, and he found out the hard way at the end of this, and he pats his bracer on the
Good.
sword.
I hope that foul beast is roasting in the 9 hells as we speak.
We only got 2, though. The females got away. If they are female. Not sure what the hell they turned into. I mean, we were told succubus, but
Yes,
Kyrie's gonna chime in and she's gonna say, I'm gonna send those 2 bitches after them someday, though.
I appreciate that. Yeah, Nathaniel updated us on the status of everything, and we're on alert. Anybody comes in acting strangely.
they
But,
swore revenge. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know. They may be after El Toril. They may be after you. Who knows? Maybe after us all.
They definitely, as they took Drimmick, said they're not done with him.
I would say not. He owed them. They gave him power.
So that's what happened to give him head of the Hell Riders.
Exactly. That's why Nathaniel's working so hard to try to put everything back. Or better than it was.
He's going to need a lot of help.
That's why I'll be here. And led me here for a reason, and I believe this is it.
You know of the one in the slums, right?
He is widely known, yes.
He was in their pocket or they were in his, one of the two.
Yes, he is on Nathaniel's list whenever chaos dies down and we can actually try to bring order. Right now, it's just trying to make sure that no one nefarious tries to take control of the town. Give people hope.
I know it's not our task to fix every town and right every wrong in this world. If we were to do that, we would never get anything done.
True.
I just wanted you to know that Prugwin and Morwin went on their separate ways back home.
I hate to hear that. I enjoyed adventuring with them. Well, with all of you.
I've still got to complete the task that I left Baldur's Gate for.
Yes, the general.
And unfortunately, I've got to go to this fucking keep to get this damn urn for the mayor to give me this information to find this damn fucker.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it is worth all the hardship.
Unfortunately, I hope that the mayor will hold true to his word when we show up with less people than we started.
I don't know. He is an odd character, but I feel that you can trust him. I think he will honor his word as long as you honor yours. But, and do you ever need any help and the chaos has died down here enough, I am but a message away.
I don't know you as well as I've known some in my life. And I told Prugwin, not really more when I don't know him. Not really. But I told Prugwin if he ever needed me to call. Because he's heading to Baldur's Gate. Vampires are there, or they were. And the guild was attacked. So, something's wrong in Baldur's Gate.
Barry, I hope Harrison and Jenny are all right.
I haven't heard from them. Hell. Since I left Baldur's Gate to start this mission.
I
But
haven't
hopefully
seen
you
them.
recover. Do you
I
know
think I
where,
will.
Do you know where Nathaniel or his lieutenant Talus is?
I'm not sure, but they should be around here. Everyone's been around the temple here pretty much since we got back from the keep. So I'm sure they're around here somewhere. You can ask one of the clerics or
I figured they would be here, or at least be able to be reached from here.
yeah, everyone's scared to go to the keep right now until it's been thoroughly searched. So until someone says otherwise and it's completely searched, the Temple of Anwar's a temporary city hall.
It'd be hard to have conversations here in secret without these.
That's all right. I'm sure that if need be, that one of the rooms can be fortified for you.
Possibly.
There are magics all around the temple, and provides.
JD kind of rubs his leg. He does something.
That he does.
Well, take care.
You too. Be careful.
And then he'll exit comms. If you
Okay.
do need anything, though, I can't say you'll know where to find me, but maybe our paths will cross again.
I hope so. But may Anwar watch over you.
I don't know about all that now. I prefer the dragons.
Just remember, as Anwar says, friends are just family that we choose.
I like that one, even though I don't care for the gods.
I think you and Anwar would be friends.
At that, JD's kind of holds his hand out and turns his head like, I don't know about all that bullshit.
While they were talking over the comms, because Severin doesn't have one, Severin kind of starts looking around and goes, "Well, I think it's time for me to be on my way. I appreciate everything that y'all have done. I got into something that was much bigger than myself back there, and without y'all, I would not have made it out. But there are still things for me to do, places I need to be. And
You know, Severin, you never really did tell me why you were there.
I get these feelings, these hunches, bad things happening, bad things existing. I tried to stop it. I was there. I had a feeling.
I see.
Did some investigation. Started to find out that the royals weren't exactly who they said they were. while he's doing this, he starts reaching out to shake people's hands as he's leaving, and when he gets to Adara, she grabs his hand. He casts mage armor on her and goes,
Which hand do you reach out with?
the right one, the one that's tatted.
Okay. Adara, as he touches your hand with that, you kind of get a jolt. And for a moment, you feel like you're somewhere else. You feel like all the happiness in the world is drained from you. And as you look around, it's like a wasteland of just the landscape faded with all color gone, just blacks and shades of grays and whites. And it's almost just like this black mist is just pulling off of all the objects, and there's just like this weird mist in the air, and you feel like a presence there.
Can she call out to it?
Yeah. You call out, "Who's there?" And it says, "I can see you."
And yet I not see you.
And then all of a sudden you're back. You pull away. You stagger back from Severin's hand.
I try to use my other hand to like catch her and balance her out.
Okay.
As
he
you catch her,
grabs
you kind of see that her eyes seem watery, and she seems flustered.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure. Severin, and she kind of looks down at his hand where she touched where it activated, because that's usually what she would look at after getting an activation. Does she notice the tattoo, or does anything look familiar to her?
Is your hand gloved, or is it just...
Oh.
No. Yeah, I mean, you can see the tattoo comes down over, like around his like fingers there, down onto his hand.
Interesting. I sensed something weird. So full of sadness. And she kind of shakes her head a little. And she looks at Severin. Are you going to go off alone?
Well, yes, that's how I normally do my job.
And may I ask maybe a more personal question?
I missed all of that. My headset disconnected for some reason.
You're good. She said, may I ask maybe a more personal question?
I don't see why not. Because of y'all that I'm alive.
She's gonna kind of, because I'm assuming that you still have a hold of her, she's gonna kind of grab his hand and kind of tap where the tattoo is on his arm. Where?
You grab that arm again?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you grab it again, you snap back, and again you feel alone, in a faded world, and you hear that voice reach out again and says, "I cannot have you. Someone else has you. I have no need for you. Begone." And you snap back out, and it jolts you backwards again.
What is on your arm? She says, kind of just like really at this point, like just flustered. Like she is obviously looks a little weird and drained for some reason. She kind of like snaps back to reality.
Honestly, I don't really know. It's the thing that gives me hunches. It's the thing that guides me. It's the thing that brings me power. Yet it doesn't communicate with me. I don't know what it is. Just kind of guides me.
I have some concern. I don't know what that is. And what you might not know about me. I see things. Lots of things. Past, present, future, depending on what. I studied divination.
Yes?
When I touched your arm, I cannot explain the sadness that I felt. It threw me out.
I can't say I have not felt that, but I try to lean on the good that is being done, not the negativity.
Maybe you should have your discussion with JD before you leave. Maybe it may not be best for you to be alone.
There are paths in life. Some come alongside each other and you run with a group for a while. Some split off. Mine tends to run solo. Only bouncing into others from time to time. I expect you to know such things as one who practices the arts you practice. For it's not all of time just paths merging and leaving.
In a way. But that doesn't mean we don't have control of how it works. Just because the time passes doesn't mean we can't control where we pass that time.
It's true, but I feel like you have bigger things on your plate. Things that y'all must go accomplish, and I have others that I need to see to.
Very well. Just know, if you do need something, I'm happy to help if I can.
I'm as tricky like that. I'm sure if I ever come into a moment where I need your assistance again, fates will run us back together.
It very well may. I would shake your hand again, but I don't think that's a good idea.
I understand. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
She'll just kind of give him a nod. Pleasure to meet you, Severin.
Pleasure's all mine. He'll continue going through and saying his goodbyes to everybody and thanking them again.
Is this as Eldrick is explaining everything?
I don't have an earpiece, so I don't know. So yeah, I would assume I'm doing it as he's doing, as him and JD are having the conversation.
Kyrie's not paying attention when you come over to her. She's just listening.
He's like, I guess that makes sense. And just kind of moves on to the next person. Then once he's gotten to everybody, he just kind of makes his way out of the room.
The only way that you'd got JD's attention is if you'd laid a hand on him, because he literally had his back to everybody but Eldrick.
If you had your back to everybody, he may have laid a hand on your back, as he said, like on your shoulder, as he said his goodbye.
So, if it was a conversation me and Eldrick were having when you approached, then JD just turned around and looked at you and said, "What do you need?"
Just time for me to make my leave. I wanted to say goodbye first. Even traveling adventures have to have some sort of manner.
I see. So, you showed up, decided to aid us in a fight that was too much for you, and now you're going to go elsewhere?
That was not my first fight of that kind, and it will not be my last. This is what I do. I travel alone, and I try to fight darkness where I can.
Try to fight darkness with darkness.
We don't all get to choose where our power comes from, but we do all get to choose how we use it.
So you fight with dishonor and darkness, then?
I would not say I fight with dishonor. I
You,
may have some darkness inside of me, but
you and I killed a guard that was only doing his job, and then you turned him into a lifeless soul, husk of himself, and you mocked him to my face. Just to watch him go in there and die. You don't call that dishonor?
no, I say that is survival. Not all of us get to travel in packs.
But you were in a pack with us, and we did not need him.
That does not mean I change my tactics because I have a group with me. I don't know what y'all are capable of. I'm going to try to make sure I survive the best as possible.
But you see, when I served in a detachment, I was solo. I went in, I did my job all by myself, and I got out behind enemy lines. Relied on no one. I'm with these people. Do I rely on them? If need be. Do they rely on me? If need be.
Are you telling me that you don't use everything within your power to survive and help others survive?
I tried to save them if need be.
That is a thing that I have the capability of doing, and it helps take the pressure off of myself or others. All I am doing is using what I have available to me.
But damning someone else's soul is not the way to go about it.
How do you know his soul was damned? Didn't.
How do you know it was not?
That is a good question. I guess it's one of those things that I have to just assume. Again, all I'm doing is trying to use what's given to me to make the world better. We all have decisions to be made, and sometimes we get screwed. But are you telling me if he helps us destroy whatever those demons were, it's not worth it.
He did not help us do anything. He
But
went
you-
in there and just got obliterated.
But if we don't use him, we don't know that he doesn't help us. What if we don't use him and that one shot hit your friend over there and he nods towards Adara? She was on death's door many times. I was on death's door many times.
He
You're
turns
right,
and
he
points at
took
Huck.
one shot.
He went down.
Many of us went down. What if that one shot that
He
Spectre
points at
took continues to keep
he
us
points
up?
at the rogue and goes, "She died."
I do not know how she came back from that. That is beyond me.
That's beyond everyone standing here. I have no powers to bring anyone back.
Nor do I. Except for temporarily.
But I wouldn't use their souls to save my own hide.
To each their own.
So if one of my team would have fallen near you, would you have used them to save you?
No, because I would have never been in combat with your team. Your team
did we-
seems to be, for the most part, good people.
But how do we know that we won't see you on the other side of the field the next time we meet?
You keep your path on the side of good, and I would say that we will never find ourselves opponents. Outside of maybe a little fun. You do fight valiantly, and a good sparring partner is always worthwhile.
We'll see.
But I do hope our paths cross again someday.
There's no telling where our path's even going to go after this.
Nor mine. That's why we leave it up to fate.
My path shouldn't even have brought me here, to be honest.
No? Seems it should have, though.
No, we made a deal we never should have made.
You say that now, but fate is a tricky bitch. You can run from her as much as you'd like, but eventually time catches up to you.
We'll see how far that goes.
But yeah, I've taken up enough of your time. Time I be on my way. Maybe I'll hunt down the two that are left. See how I fare with them.
No. There's
Yeah.
technically 3, though. Don't forget the general.
That's true. Well, I'll be on my way. He gives just a little nod to JD.
Yep.
Finishes his rounds and heads out the room.
Alright. So, as Severed makes his way out, Kyra comes in. JD, it's good to see you.
Hello. I see the ones we rescued are on the mend.
Yes, we're doing what we can. It's actually kind of bringing all of the faiths in El Toril together. I mean, we might actually work together after this instead of being in opposition to each other. Maybe they'll
I don't know
finally
if that's
accept
good or
Anwar
bad.
as a real deity and
Fucking clan.
I hate you.
Well,
So,
I don't know if that's good or bad.
well, we'll
As
see,
far
but-
as the royals, because they were
Let's see.
collecting all of the face in the town.
Yeah, I think they were trying to just kill all hope inside of the town, and hope for a lot of people relies on their religion.
He kind of looks down and pats his side. Mine's more on lead.
Yeah, you have your own religion. It gets results too.
It does.
So, what's the plan now? You've kind of saved the town. I mean,
Last
You-
night
you-
we talked to Nathaniel. We were supposed to meet with Lieutenant Talus, and there's a ruins of a keep outside of Toril that we need to go investigate.
oh, and that reminds me. There is, if you're going to do that soon, there's someone that I think might want to go with you. I'm sure I know how you feel about religion, but I feel like he could be of assistance to you. Since I'm busy here and I'm not really, gifted with healing, and I've kind of reaches over and pats
it's
on
not Leonard,
Sir
is it?
Eldrix's. No, not Leonard. He would love to, but he's already prepared to head back. So, not Leonard. And I've taken one of your holy men here and pats on Sir Eldric's arm.
Hmm?
And so he's around here somewhere. Oh, over there. She kind of gestures over, and you kind of turn around and look, and you see this fairly tall dragonborn, blue scales, wearing
Dude, he's kind of like this.
full plate armor. No, it's across the room, so you don't have to look straight up. And wearing full plate armor with a mace kind of hanging off of the hip there. Turns around, and as he turns around and sees on one side of his face, the scales are kind of disfigured, and you can see that there's a scar across the eye there, and it's clouded up. He puts a hand up and starts walking over in that direction. Sir, I'm sorry. I've been dealing with so many different people. I forgot your name. But this is JD.
The dragonborn puts its hand out to you, JD. Says,
And it's like his hand is as big as JD's head. It's like
he looks at my name is Balresh. Bahrash.
so your character's name is Ball
Ball
Rash.
rash. I'm glad I was the only person that was like, yeah.
Ball Rash.
I just
All
put
right.
it in chat.
Ball Rash. All right.
First name Ball, last name Rash.
It's one name, Balresh.
Man, Yarman would have a heyday with you.
Yeah.
Is Yarman in the room right now? Because he's just going to town in his little.
He
boat.
is not.
It was better than his old name, which was Jock Itch.
That's his brother.
You messed up. You
Oh.
messed up.
Oh, my head
His
already
more-
hurts.
Watch
tonight.
out for his mortal enemy, the fighter known as Tough Actin' Tenactin.
Oh
Well,
no.
Good night, everyone. We can't do any better than that.
Oh.
We left on a high note.
Harry says, "Fuck this! I want to go back." Calimbor!
Calimbor!
Ready
Take
to
me
die
now.
now.
We find Kyrie hanging by the pendant. Like, I'm done.
Oh my god.
I don't need the name. Judge me now. So, spell that name again.
BAHRASH.
Oh, goddamn, I messed this up.
So it is-
B-A-H.
It's just
R-A-S-H.
pronounced different, but it is
Ball.
ball
Ball
rash.
Ball
Ball
rash.
rash, not ball rash.
Why are you itching? I got ball rash.
So JD looks at Barash and says, "See, I emphasize the ba, like
Ah.
yeah.
Never
Ball
gonna
rash.
unhear it though. Is the
Oh, I know. I said ball rash to start with. What brings you to El Toro?
I was had to get out of Severn. I was looking for another holy man who'd gone missing. But it seems y'all may have helped solve that problem.
So he was in the prisoners that we rescued from the royals.
Was he in the prisoners' diz, or was he just assumed to have been one of them that was taken?
He's assumed to be one that has perished before.
Yeah. That's what I figured. No, unfortunately I don't think he was that lucky. He had been there longer than those that you saved.
He leans in kind of under his breath a little bit and goes, "Do you serve Kellenbor?"
No, I serve the Platinum Dragon.
Oh, thank the gods.
Do you serve Kellenbor?
Fuck no.
Okay.
They do. And he points at both of them. And the
Well.
look on his face is anger.
Um,
Mainly at Huck. Points directly at Huck and has this angry look on his face.
Listen, since the conversation with Eldrick is over at this point, apparently, Kyrie is listening again. Does she hear this?
I mean, I don't think he's being quiet about it.
Oh no,
so,
I
yeah,
whispered the Kellenbor thing.
Oh, you whispered the Kellenbor. Yep.
he did say he
Okay.
leaned in.
What's your passive perception?
Oh, it's not a
19?
lot.
Very clearly pointing at me too.
Unless you're
15.
actively trying to hear their conversation. So it's a 15.
Yeah.
I would say from you being just in the room and not over near them, that
Okay.
no, you probably don't hear it. You do notice that he's
Fuck.
pointing at you. You do know this that he's pointing over at you, though.
She's gonna wander over when she sees that, at least.
Okay.
Nothing
I
against.
serve a dragon.
Oh, what dragon do you serve?
Allah.
Would I know that one?
Allahu Akbar.
You you following Bahamut probably would. Yes.
Oh,
Well, we don't know how studied he is. Is he trained in religion?
he is.
Okay, just
let
roll
me
a
check and
religion
make
check.
sure.
And we'll see.
Yeah. Clerics don't get much proficiencies. That's a 22.
Yep. You would. I mean, it's in the pantheon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh. Very well. I
I would
nothing
say that you being religious, that most of the party probably wouldn't know too much, but you being religious, JD on his leathers, his studded leather, he has a white flame embroidered, or not embroidered, but emblazoned on his studded leather right here. It's just a symbol of a white flame. That's the order that he's a part of.
I mean, I have nothing against Allah or Kalimvor.
I was just
That's
making sure.
very well.
And I say, fuck you, Buck.
We're let's see the best way to put this. We need to go somewhere more private if you're wanting to follow with us and join our party. We're currently on a mission, and the person that sent us on this mission is not necessarily for the faint of heart. You being a cleric may not be particularly okay with this. Eddie looks around at all the patients kind of stretched out on the beds and stuff and go, they don't need to hear this out loud.
Oh, okay. Do you have
pri-
somewhere more? I'm new to town.
Priestess? Because he's never called her by her name. So he's like, Priestess?
You're muted or something, Diz.
Sorry. Yep. I muted. Yes, JD.
Is there a room that we could speak in away from the injured people?
Yes, I think we could find a room. She leads you back and out into the main hallway there, and takes you around past where the library is, and leads you down into the basement floor below. And as you're going through there, you see Yarmid down there kind of picking up things and moving them around, trying to help organize things and get things out of storage to bring upstairs.
So the strong back, weak mind.
Yeah, and
Got it.
Leonard's down there. They both stop and they wave at you.
JD just
And,
kind of shakes his head.
Kyra leads you on to a room down there and opens the door. Here, this is probably secluded.
Thank you.
Kyrie's gonna follow, but before she does, she's gonna go over to Eldrick. And she's gonna hold out her hand and say, I'm glad we got you out of there.
So am I. Sorry that it was such an ordeal for you.
Well, I owed you one.
That is true, I guess. Yes, that is true. So we are now even, Kyrie.
That we are. And then she's gonna follow JD.
And Dara will also walk up afterwards once some of them walk away, and she'll kind of stop for a moment and smile at Andros and not Andros. My brain. You typed it so many times in the chat.
If you want to smile at Andros, Andros will definitely
You
smile
typed it
back.
so many times in chat.
3
and now I keep
days.
reading it. 3 days.
Smile for 3 days, guaranteed.
3 days. It's Sir Eldrick, and she'll say, it'll be hard not having you around.
I will miss you all as well, but it was an honor meeting you.
As it was you. And she's actually gonna kind of reach in and kind of give him a half hug, on the side. Stay safe.
You too. I will pray every night for your safety.
Thank you. And then she'll continue following them wherever they may have went.
Okay. All right. So a number of you go downstairs and with Balrash and are left in a room. Kyra says, I'll just be upstairs if you need me.
All right. Thank you very much.
She closes the door and leaves.
Okay. So is everyone deciding to come into this room?
Howram did not.
Right. But I meant of the people that are
Yeah.
actually here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys may or may not have noticed he actually stayed outside of the temple.
Okay.
What?
Oh God,
while I
what did
was-
Huck do?
Yeah, while I was gone, did I get actually like pulled away? Because if
Pulled
not,
away?
I did not come with you.
Nobody said they got you, so you are
Sweet.
untethered.
No shenanigans. No shenanigans. No shenanigans.
Okay.
I'm just not with you. That's all.
I call bullshit. There's shenanigans.
I call shenanigans 100%.
Yeah, there's always shenanigans.
Exactly.
Oh God.
All I know
Hey,
is
Dis,
next
what's the
person
name of
says
that?
shenanigans is getting pistol whipped in the back of the head.
Hey, Dis, what's the name
Hey,
of the place you
Farmer,
like to
what's
eat
that
at?
restaurant you like? With all the goofy shit hanging on the walls.
Shenanigans?
Oh!
You talking about shenanigans?
Fuck, I need to watch that movie.
So Huck slipped away while I was talking to Eldrick. That's fine. I'll just beat the shit
No,
out of him
y'all
later.
just walked away. I didn't slip away. I was just standing
I
there
asked
being
him
a
if
boy.
he went into that room. He never even went into that large room with you. He was out in the hallways or somewhere. And
Well, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. While
God.
I was talking to Eldrick, that's what I'm saying. I walked into there to talk to Eldrick. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Huck
and he
has
didn't
been
follow you.
oblivious since then.
He
Who
knows
is
where
shocked,
he's-
though? Who
Who
is
knows
shocked?
where he is?
Nah, Huck
He
had to
got
be in the room
grabbed.
because he shook my hand all vigorously
That is true.
Yeah, well,
when
Yeah,
Severin
that
left.
happened. As
'Cause
far as I know,
Huck- 'cause
Adara
Russ-
didn't say
Russ
she went
did
into
do
the
that.
room either at first.
No,
So
well.
I figured all that happened out in the hallway.
Maybe.
Um,
Maybe.
Yeah, in the hallway.
So Huck's upstairs doing Lord knows what. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Sorry,
Huck
Ellen
already
Ford knows
knows. Huck already knows what JD's gonna say, anyways. So
You done fucked up, AA Ron.
it's fine. As long as I have Kyrie, Adara, Kaylin, and Ball Rash down here.
It's rash.
You
Oh
can't
no,
talk,
he's
Huck.
ball
You're not
rash
here.
now.
You can't talk, Huck. You're not here. You made sure of that, motherfucker.
You're never gonna live this down unless you change his name. Sorry.
A nickname
So-
is in order.
So JD looks at everybody and says, "Do you all know what my purpose is?" And he looks at the Dragonborn and goes, "I know you don't."
Y'all notice as everybody's talking, the Dragonborn is noticeably like turning his head. Where most people just turn their eyes, he's turning his head to actually look at you.
Eldrick said something to some general, right?
He did in comms, yes.
No, he had actually told Adara and Kyrie way back
Oh.
on the airship.
Yeah.
Oh, when y'all didn't know me yet.
Yeah. So yes, something with a general.
So you two were told.
No, not much.
Yeah.
So there's a general of Baldur's Gate that was either kidnapped or has gone AWOL and joined the other side. Presumably joined a group or like I said, taken by a organization called Omega Team. We're not sure. Guild sent us to find them. Myself and Huck being the last remaining two members sent after this general. Galen, Adara, the one you saw me kill, was working with them. He told me as much right before he died.
I see.
The item in the bag Pruglin was carrying apparently was very valuable. I know not what it is. But apparently it killed a member of my team. he was going to turn it into them. And as penance for not getting to kill me. And then as he went to flee, I showed up and killed him. I've been tracking y'all since Daggerford. I saw when you arrived. I saw when they found you. And he looks at Kaylin. Of course, we know when you joined with us. And then that brings me to you, and turns and looks at the Dragonborn. The reason I wanted to speak in private, and the reason you may not want to join us, being as you are with Bahamut himself. We're here on a mission, cleric, to retrieve an urn from a keep on the behest of a beholder. This beholder has promised information about this general if we return with it.
A beholder.
Yes.
That's
Very weird beholder.
Like can talk with us, find it humorous to make jokes and have us play games and perform tasks for him, his amusement.
Army
Friends
of
are
rats.
also rats, and they had cookies.
Yes.
that is very concerning. Will the information that this beholder has help bring justice for what you seek?
The general is very vital to the without giving much information away to Baldur Gates' specific military strategies. The general has very key points of how Baldur Gates' defenses work. Retrieving him is very vital.
Balrash turns and looks at JD and goes, Bahamut would not like that you're working with a beholder. But Bahamut is also known as one of the most compassionate and merciful beings to ever exist. And if showing mercy and compassion to this beholder gets us information that brings justice, maybe that's what Bahamut would want.
I mean, to be fair, no disrespect to your god. I was going to do it regardless. I was just letting you know what you were getting into if you decided to come with us. I was letting them know what they had signed up for in detail because they hadn't fully been apprised of the situation. A lot of shit has gone down since I joined them. Poor Adara here literally was on watch with the man that I killed right in front of her eyes the day she met me.
It was interesting.
Very, very interesting.
He tried to kill our cleric. Our cleric had to get home to Baldur's Gate, which is apparently being not necessarily overran, but infiltrated by vampires. He needed to get home to his family.
Well, I would like to come with you and help what I can. I do not like to fight, but I'm very skilled at healing. And all I ask is that where it can be, mercy is shown, and where it can't, justice wins.
So, as he says that, JD kind of thinks for a second, looks at Kyrie and goes, "We like to fight." And when you say mercy, you mean if I have a clean kill shot, put him down in one shot without hesitation?
I mean, if we can solve the problems without killing.
Well,
Mm.
fuck.
So he
Then-
turns to the Dar and he goes, "So he wants you to do diplomacy and me not to shoot them."
Oh, I know, JD. Talking's never really been your strong suit, has it?
I mean, I love talking.
Stabbing them's more fun.
Don't get me wrong. I said I don't like to fight. I didn't say that I could not fight and would not fight when necessary. But
I mean, I love talking.
life is a valuable thing.
Mhm.
But
Kyrie gives him a look when he says that.
when I love talking, when it's about alcohol, guns, and explosives.
Accurate enough.
Everything else, let the gun talk for me. It's fine.
All I'm saying is life is valuable. There must be justice in the world. That is just a fact. But when you can, you should show mercy to those. You never know what they may become and how they may change. Have you never been in a spot where someone showed mercy to you?
Was he
JD.
saying that to who was he saying that to?
He's just saying that out loud to like the group.
Okay.
And he's saying that as y'all see like his scar-ridden face.
I could easily say that yes, I have. So I understand. It's part of the reason why I am who I am.
Been too familiar with it recently.
So as JD thinks about this, y'all see something that you've never seen before. He reaches in his pack, and y'all see this really old single shot flintlock pistol. And he's staring at it. And on the handle, it has MS like carved in it with a knife. And he looks at the Dragonborn and he goes, "Yeah, I've been shown mercy one time."
That one time of mercy has gotten you here.
No, it got me this. And this got me here.
So by transferrative properties, that one time of mercy still got you here. Whether it got you the tools that got you here, or it in itself got you here. Mercy is what changed.
Of course, JD's looking at Kaylin going, "There's too much holy shit." Like thinking to himself, "There's too much holy shit going on." She's not talking. So he just kind of looking at her like, "Well, she may not be a part of this group much longer." He
Kyrie
doesn't say-
is walking out to the hallway.
He doesn't say nothing though. He's like,
I'm not saying killing is never necessary. I'm just saying when it can be spared, spare it.
I don't kill everything that I come across. But I've been away from my family for a very long time. I don't really have friends. Hell, most of the people in the party that I'm with, I don't know if it's fear or the fact that, and then he stops. He goes, "No, I'm pretty sure it's fear that they fear to cross me because they don't want to see what happens if I turn my anger and aggression towards them."
I I understand the idea of everyone around you being afraid of you. I grew up without friends as well. I understand these things. But you can either be a product of your environment or your circumstances, or you can make your environment and your circumstances become a product of you. That choice is yours, not everyone else's.
Oh, I'm not saying that I want friends or that I'm upset that they don't want to be friends. I'm saying that anytime I've let someone in, they've wronged me. So I stay myself. And if people want to friend that, fine. If they don't, that's fine too.
He reaches out his giant claw like hand to you and says, "Right now, I want to be your friend."
He holds it and puts his hand to his and says, "How about we go with, we'll be party members until you see me at my worst, and then you can decide if you want to be my friend."
Very well. But maybe your worst isn't as bad as you think it is.
We shall see. And then he turns to Adara and says, "So now that you know what you're really signed up for, you still willing to run the course?"
What you don't know, JD, is that I signed up for something long before I even met you. Before I knew what you were doing.
I mean, but did you know what it was?
I didn't need to. You see, one of the things that you'll learn about me, you know I see things. Things I don't always understand.
Yeah,
But
I'd hold off on touching me in that regard, because you may see things you didn't want to.
I don't always get to see things. It's not always my choice. But what I can say is that I was sent here to aid the party that had left Baldur's Gate. Whatever their mission may be is my mission. It doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it goes. And while the party has slowly split, the mission still stands. My
Except
people
for
are in
there's only
danger.
two.
Where I come from is in danger. And the only thing I know is that if I don't assist, my home could fall. So it doesn't matter what the mission really is.
Sounds good to me then. What about you there, barbarian? You still willing to do this with all these extra holy people on board? I know how much you love that.
Oh. Listen. I'm not a big fan of you holy folk or your religions, mostly due to issues with the past and recent events. You get along with me, I'll get along with you. Don't shove your religion down my throat. We'll have a good time. Sound good? That's all I ask.
Everyone has their own faith. No one's is to be pushed onto another.
One way of putting it, I suppose.
Unless you ask Huck. And that's out of character. Unless you ask Huck. he does some pushing for sure.
So you guys hear a knock on the door. Just a very soft knock.
Hello?
And the
You
door
may
opens.
Enter.
Kyra kind of peeks in and says, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's a gentleman. He was looking for you. I think all of you, actually. Lieutenant Tanis?
Yes.
I'm not sure that he knew where to look, so he said he'd been to the inn and then came here next.
Nathaniel said he was to be our escort.
Oh, he is outside, outside.
Very well.
And she closes the door back.
I guess our escort to the keep is here. Are we ready to depart? Do we need to...
Were we all sitting down?
I figured JD was standing.
It's up to you. I mean, there's stuff
I
in
was
there
say
to sit on.
I didn't sit.
Kyrie left the room, so.
Oh. And then Barash would stand up and kind of prick out, hop out a little bit, and guess it's time for us to start making our way.
Yeah, I guess it is time to and then JD realizes what's going on and goes, oh shit. And he goes over comms and goes, Huck, where the hell are you?
Well, here, JD.
Where is here?
I described right where you guys left me.
Oh, thank God you're still in the temple. Stay there. We'll be there momentarily.
He's learning, guys.
Oh no, he's not. This is false confidence.
Oh no.
He's
We're gonna get
preaching
back
about
up there, and the
Kellenborn
temple's gonna
and
be on
we're
fire.
You guys make your way back upstairs. No
Kyrie,
smoke.
when they get out there, Kyrie's sitting on the floor in the hallway and she's tucking the pendant back into her clothes and stands up
Okay.
and follows them.
All right. You guys make your way upstairs. You find Huck right where you left him.
I swear, everything that's going on here, it doesn't quite seem up to snuff. I feel like Kalamvor's worshiping center is way better.
Oh God.
You just hear a couple of moans from one of the nearby rooms when you say Kellenvor.
Anywho, where did you get off to? Huh? Usually, I feel like the tables are turned.
Huck, we were talking to the new cleric that's going to join us to go explore the ruins of the temple that we're here to go see.
Jolly good. Hello.
Sticks his claw out and goes, "You think Kellenforce Temple is nice? You should see the Platinum Temple."
Challenge accepted. When do we leave?
Maybe some time before we get there. We have other things, other pressing matters to take care of.
Okay, well, if you say so.
Tanis is outside waiting on us to escort us to the temple. Or not the temple, the keep.
What keep is that?
Nope.
I believe it is.
You are not getting JD to say that. Keep ever.
One day.
Balrush does not know.
From what
He does.
Balrush
he
doesn't know?
He doesn't
Oh.
know the name of that. He's not familiar with El
Doesn't
Toro
know.
in general. He's from somewhere else. So
Balrush would have totally just said it, not known that anything was
No.
going on.
So I guess JD will be heading out towards see Tanis outside.
you guys head out the front door there, and you see Halram standing kind of off to the side there, and on the opposite side of the door, like over on opposite from him, is Lieutenant Tanis. They're just kind of looking at each other a little bit from across the way.
I only see one of them.
You only see one. You see Halram. He's to your right. So
Lieutenant Tanis, I take it?
yes, Nathaniel sent me to take you to the keep.
Yes. He said that you would provide horses and escort to and from the keep, and that you had patrolled it often and well.
I've patrolled all around the area. So yes, we've been by there several times. We don't tend to go into the keep, just as a precaution.
Caution.
It's said to be haunted.
See. And what's it haunted by?
Ghost. He looks over at what he assumes is the holy men in the party, looking for like a lifeline there, because it's obvious that he doesn't know exactly what he's talking about. Specters, ghosts.
I notice him looking at me, and I'm like, I've never been there. I don't know what it was haunted by.
I have the horses here. And he gestures over. There's a number of horses off behind him there.
So as JD goes to walk over to his horse, he's gonna walk kind of past Halram and go, "What's been your deal all day? We've been to 2 temples, and you ain't walked inside any of them."
My faith does not lie with those temples. I decided to take my time to pray and debrief of all the recent events.
And what would have happened? Just sake of argument, if one of the succubuses would have caught you outside the temple while we were all inside? Would your alignment change then and you come running inside?
I do not fear succubus.
Hmm.
Do you?
Of course I don't. You saw what happened in the in the throne room with that incubus that tried to eat my face.
But it seems you all are in order to go to this keep.
Yeah, we picked up a cleric also. Prugwin and Morwin have parted company. They felt the need to get home to their families. Urgent matters.
I see. Well, I will not be in the way, but if I may, I would like to accompany.
Very well. I mean, one more, I guess, holy person against a haunting. And he says that kind of jokingly, like he doesn't really think that this place can be that haunted.
You will find that there are a lot of creatures out there that it will take actually seeing them to believe that they exist.
Well, I guess if we run into anything more than a specter like what Severin did in the throne room, then I guess the first round's on me.
I shall take you up on that offer.
And then JD will mount his horse.
Now, is it like just horses, or is it horse and carriage?
No, just horses.
Okay.
8 horses there.
Do they have a
Nice.
horse sturdy enough for a dragonborn?
Yeah, these are good quality horses that the Hell Riders use themselves. So yeah.
Barash gets the pony in the back.
No, that's JD's. It's his
His
size.
feet are just
You're right.
dragging the ground the
Right.
entire time.
Shots fired.
Sorry.
Shots
Had to,
fired.
Buck.
That's cool. Because, in all honesty, Ellen just wants JD to be on a little like Shetland pony because she thinks it's the most adorable, cutest thing ever.
No, Ellen wants.
Oh my
Ellen
god.
wants the scene from the second Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. on the pony.
I actually don't.
That's what I want.
JD on a horse at all.
Can there
I
be
want JD on a
7?
mastiff.
No. Can there be 7 just so that way I could do something specifically for JD?
Oh, summon Steed.
I have the spell scroll for that.
Nope. JD has to ride
I
a war
don't
goat.
have that. I have something better.
I have to
Oh,
I have to
Lord.
ride a what, Clan?
War goat.
I mean, I'm
Is it
down
a
to ride
pygmy
a
war
war
goat?
goat.
A dire
Yes, a
pygmy
pig-
war
A
goat.
dire pygmy war goat.
I'm
Yep.
down to ride a war goat.
I
Wait,
said there's
okay,
8
wait.
horses, but you don't have to use
Wait.
all 8.
Hang on.
Wait.
Adara wants to do something. What's Adara gonna summon?
So
Because I mean, I do have a magic carpet too, chat. Just saying.
That's true, you do.
Adara's so she's kind of like fiddling in her backpack, and she kind of pulls out this item. She kind of looks at it funny. She's not really sure what it is, but she grabs it and she's like, I don't really know what to do with this, and she's gonna kind of drop it, and it's gonna fall onto the ground out in front of the building there. And hold on. Do with this what you made, JD. But where did it go? Where did it go? Okay.
It fell on the ground. That's where it went.
Is this the dog?
No, wait, just give me a minute.
What's the item?
Gonna find out. As she drops and kind of like she almost throws it because she drops it, right? There appears this large goat. It is a figurine of wondrous power called Ivory Goats. And you can use it to essentially create a creature, and one of them is the goat of traveling, which becomes a large goat with the same statistics as a riding horse.
That's Digme.
Pygmy, the pygmy war goat.
That's Digme, the dire pygmy wargo. Yeah.
So, do I get to pick what it looks like? Because if that's the case, it's gonna look like a swift riding goat from the World of Warcraft, armored up and ready to roll with glowing eyes and everything.
Oh Lord! And it's gonna turn into a goat.
So-
As soon as you started talking, I was like, I have the best thing ever.
So as Adara drops it, JD's gonna be like, "Hey, you drop this," and as he bends down to grab it, it'll like start to move, and he'll step back. What the fuck? And then I guess as he just like slightly touched it, his brain went to a new mount and is like, and like materialized in front of him. And then JD would be like, "Fuck that horse. This is more my size."
I didn't know what it did.
You have 3 of them, don't you?
Do I get 3 or do I get to pick one?
Each looks.
It says it also creates a set of 3.
Okay,
Each
so there's
goat
3
looks
goats.
unique and functions
There's
differently
3.
from the others.
But they're different.
It
yeah.
has 24 charges in each hour. The beast form costs 1 charge. So, okay.
We have a small herd of goats.
So I've got like two goats chasing me. They're pack mules.
I really don't know how much. I literally just.
I'll
like,
have to
looked it
read
over
into this a
earlier.
little bit, and we'll see.
But
I'll
the
I'll
other
tell you
ones
next
follow
time.
him, I guess.
Yeah, I'll tell you next time
Congratulations. Enjoy your
if it
riding
summons all 3, or if you can summon them separately, or how it works. So,
It is kind of a weird description.
but it is
Oh.
it is a riding horse. So
Oh, okay. So
That
it's
is
the
one of
goat
them.
of traveling, the goat of travail, and the goat of terror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, is it just a screaming goat?
No,
It
no.
says no. The goat of terror says the goat can't attack, but you can remove its horn
horns.
and use it as a weapon with a +1 lance, and the other becomes a +2 longsword. So I can have a combat goat.
You have a combat goat.
Oh God.
this is your goat. Russ from the other game.
You know,
Totally.
JD, maybe you want to hold on to that trinket.
Hmm.
It might be useful for you.
I mean, it's a lot less climbing to get onto this than one
Yeah.
of those.
Anyways, and she just goes and gets on her horse. She's like, whatever.
All right, so with that, you guys make your way out of the city to the south and out into the wooded lands there. And right there, I guess we're going to stop because we said we'd end at 11 and it's a little past. So we'll stop there and we'll pick up next time when you guys are making your way to the rest of the way to the keep. So
Finally.
the keep that no one wants to say the name to.
Why does everybody hate my keep so much?
Say it, Russ. Say it.
The good keep, El Tauntaun of the motherfucking hills. I think is what I called it.
Yep.
Yep, that sounds all right.
Yep.
It's a
So-
good name.
We're
I read
finally
two.
doing what we came here to do, guys.
Fine.
After 6 months, you finally made it out of El Toro.
Listen, we're gonna count how many sessions we've been in this town. All right.
Uh,
1, 2.
How many party members have we changed out in this town?
yeah, that's it.
A lot.
That's the question.
Well,
Let's
mine
see.
would have never gotten changed out if Adam were staying.
Eldrick,
12
Yarman,
sessions, y'all.
Savrin, Morwin,
Really like El Turo.
We first
Krugwin.
got here in August.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
No bullshit. Well, technically, end of July at the end of the
But we
session
also,
we got here.
but you can't count the times that we had to cancel sessions.
This is just me counting sessions and looking at the dates.
I know, but some of those we had to cancel sessions or because some just couldn't make it or
Yeah. Well, we can
We can't
count
keep-
actually the number of sessions, but
it was 12.
I guess we'll stop there and
I
we'll
meant
pick
months
up
wise.
in 2 weeks from now on Sunday, at at 7 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow, me and Clan here have Super Retro Game Show at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to come check that out, been playing through Zelda Majora's Mask. Thursday, Clan should be hosting After the Roll, where we talk about what happened in this episode. It's at 10:30 Eastern, as well on Thursday. And since the next thing that a lot of us are in is on Saturday, I'll turn it over to Buck.
Yeah, pretty much only like 2 people not here are in it. So we're gonna do an Edar Realm of Dragons on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The party is almost out of Skajal, and I'm not sure if they're gonna head to Ajir or if they're gonna figure out what the fuck's happening in the damn woods that are all kinds of jacked up. So we'll find out, chat.
I mean, Ellen's determined based on what you've said. If we go after that, it's certain death. So,
I mean, they said it's certain death.
and it's you, Buck. I don't trust you.
Fair.
So, it is what it is, chat. It could be a dragon. It could be a demigorgon. Fuck, it could be a Tarask. It could be an archangel. You just don't know. I'm crazy like that. But that's on Saturdays. And then this week, we're going to try to do some more 7 Days to Die on Tuesday. And hopefully on Wednesday. And then on the 21st, got that new content coming out for World of Warcraft, where they're bringing out human and orc heritage armor and the new stuff sending us to the Forbidden Reach, so we can see what else is happening with the new, or what happened to the incarnates after Razagath has died in WoW. So we'll explore more of that on stream. But that's what we do over here, chat.
If it's forbidden, Buck, how are we gonna get there?
So
It's a good question. Not living up to its name.
The Drakthir have decided that they're going to go after the incarnates. So we're just going to say to hell with it, whether it's forbidden or not. They open an access because the aspects are back and they aren't caring what the Drakthir have to say.
They give us a key card. We just
We're
beat the door.
We're gonna get VIP passes.
To hell with your rules. And someone else who likes to break all the rules, Lady Chaotic. What's going on with you?
I don't break rules. I don't know what you're talking about. Not a whole lot going on. I mean, we got Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. I do GTA roleplay. So if you're looking for some different type of awesome, cool roleplay content, you can always come by and swing by. I do EMS specifically roleplay. So feel free to come by and say hello, hang out with us, watch a fun story. It's a fun time. We have fun. We're also a little wild and chaotic over there, so that's always great.
All right. Timmy, you been playing Destiny?
I haven't really been playing too much Destiny. I've I started grinding wool on the last stream, and I absolutely love the game. I created Kaylin in that game, so we're gonna try to see if we can establish her own dynasty. See how that goes.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I actually saw you playing one day. That's Kale. Sneaking up on
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. But you can find me every Wednesday at 7 p.m. at twitch.tv/TimmyTurboTV. Hope to see you there.
And next to Timmy there, we got Sly. What you been doing besides working?
Just working. But because of that, life has not been conducive to live streaming, so we're going to start doing pre-recorded content starting April onto YouTube. Because I got to scratch that creation itch somehow. So starting April, we're going to be doing, we're getting WWE 2K23. We're still going to be doing our community call show. So that'll be starting up the first week of April, and then we're going to be doing some wrestling and some football talk stuff on the YouTubes.
Nice, nice. Look forward to that. And sneaking in right at the end here, Judge DM.
Right.
What's going on with you?
Hello. You can catch me over on Dungeon Mechanics. We have this week, I think, the return of Fate of Ukador. It's on its 10-episode campaign ending stretch. It's going to get more chaotic than it's going to get not chaotic. So hopefully we'll end on the ball. Hopefully. And then Thursday, you can catch Double Out Buck over on Dawn of Diademia. We'll have an episode in the afternoon. And keep checking us out, because I think next month we're gearing up for our charity event for this year, which will be for the Wounded Warrior Project. And it's going to be Dungeon Mechanics cast versus Stronghold D&D cast. So it should be fun.
Gunslinger Halfling.
We're coming out with the rules, Buck, so that it's fair for everybody.
I was telling Buck earlier,
round in.
If you make it through that, Judgy, and you feel like you're brave enough, you could always try to tackle Not Actually Heroes.
Oh. Do a double entendre, double charity event.
Now, here's what they said the catch was there, though, Stacks. That I had to play with the D&D team that I've known longer, and I get to use whichever character I want without stipulation.
Yeah, we already said we're bringing in all of our broken
So if
characters.
you're gonna take away JD from me in your charity event,
He'll be
JD's
back.
coming out here, big boy.
Hey, I could be a not actually hero and choose the winning
You
team.
heard it. The Stacks is changing teams right here.
We're not gonna fight JD.
Yeah.
I told him
Dax over
I'd
here like, I choose life.
Right?
Right.
Can I bring in my level 20 warlock?
Oh my
Your
goodness.
demon lord warlock. That's what I'm bringing in level 20 Siloran.
Yeah, but I'm not
Yeah,
even bringing in
Amber
a
will
20.
make an appearance.
I'm not even bringing a 20. He's only 12.
Hey, it's either that or we're all going to the soup store.
Yay! Some of us have already been claimed.
I ain't going to the soup store. Bayo will
Sweet
make an
ass
appearance, but I ain't going to the soup store.
Soup store charity event.
Andros uses
Oh,
illusionary
God.
terrain
Oh, no.
That's it. There
No.
we go. I have to bring him in.
and
doesn't
turns
know.
the battlefield
You
to
don't
the
know
soup
what
store.
You just said,
Oh,
Stacks.
no.
Battle for the soup store.
No, that is wrong.
Oh, God.
I love it.
There is
It
no
could be-
charity that should ever be a part of.
No.
It could be
Oh.
worse. Instead of a battle for the soup store, it could be a battle in the soup store.
No.
Oh, God.
Talk about layer action.
Listen, you are not ruining. You are not ruining my carpets.
Rolls as soon as you get an STD. Nope. Nope.
Y'all need Jesus.
I don't need
That's
Jesus.
how-
I have Bahamut. Sorry.
Happy
how-
end of the
that's how
episode,
Sly-
Chad. Happy end
That's
of the
how
episode.
Sly's cleric got the name Ball Rash.
It's not gonna
Yes.
get old, Sly. It's
I'm
not.
good. I'm gonna spit out my pop.
All right, that's a good place to end right there, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh wait, before we go, remember, if you like what you watched tonight and you want to catch up on all of our content, including our other campaign that we're going to switch over to, probably if things go the way they have been within the next 3 years, you can get all caught up on it and on NerdTube. So just ! NerdTube in chat. We'll give you the link to our YouTube page where you can catch over 400 hours of content. Be it old episodes of Not Actually Heroes, both Cataclysm and The Forgotten. I already said Not Actually Heroes. Super Retro Game Show Extreme, After the Roll, and of course everybody's favorite, Three Old Men.
How about
Nice.
that catchphrase?
Yeah, Clint.
And
How about that catchphrase?
You were
Yeah,
even
this is
given an
the-
extra day this week.
This was the beauty of it. See, the catchphrase for this show is there a catchphrase?
What are you gonna say? The catchphrase of this
Fired.
episode
Cop
was
out.
ball rash.
May every
catch-
game you
for the-
play be majority.
The catchphrase for this episode is, remember, kids, if you get a ball rash, just grab that tough acting tenactin. Good night, everybody.
bye. That's a good place.
Oh no! Damn it. Yep. We're gonna